And welcome to Weinman Stadium. You're watching the high school football game of the week brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. I'm Scott Singer along with Donald Rucker as tonight will decide the Region 6 AAA Championship. We talked about it since the beginning of the year. In fact, this game has been circled since week one. Carrollton comes here to Weinman Stadium to meet up with the Purple Hurricanes in what could be one of the greatest high school football games we've seen this year.
And Scott, you're right. This is the game that Cartersville was pointing towards. I know Carrollton had this game circled on their calendar. They knew it probably come down to Carrollton and Cartersville for the region championship. They knew that during the spring, knew going in that with the tradition of Carrollton and Cartersville, normally that's just the way it works out. And Scott, you're right, this is going to be an exciting football game. It's one of those games, it's going to be a fourth quarter game. Who knows, we may see another overtime tonight, but these teams are very evenly matched.
The last couple of years, Cartersville has spotted Carrollton an early touchdown with a turnover. That has been the difference the last 2 years. Cartersville picked up the victory in overtime 3 years ago. This is the fourth round here in I guess these seniors' minds. Most of them didn't play their freshman year, but they did get a lot of time as sophomores and juniors, and obviously a big game coming up for everybody tonight.
And when teams are evenly matched, that's what it comes down to. It's going to come down to who makes the least number of mistakes, who makes the least number of penalties, and then the very important kicking game. Kicking game can make a difference, and Carrollton always has a good kicking game. They're good in special teams. Cartersville has a great kicking game this year. So, Scott, when teams are very evenly matched, there's always kicking games and turnovers and mistakes.
Well, tonight, obviously you want to avoid those things. That will be the key to the game. Who plays well on special teams? Both teams have great offenses. Both teams have good defenses. Carrollton probably more known for their defense. Cartersville more known for their offense. We're in for one incredible ball game tonight. Cartersville, it's senior night. One more wrinkle to throw in. This will be the last regular season game that these guys will play here at Weinman Stadium. But then most likely, definitely they'll have at least one playoff game at home, because regardless of the outcome of this, you will have at least a 2 seed as the captains make their way to the midfield stripe as we get ready to get this one underway from Weinman Stadium. And there you see the rest of the team coming through the alley as the Hurricanes get ready to assemble in the south end zone underneath their traditional banner. The Hurricanes coming out of the alley right now. The captains meeting at the midfield stripe, and we'll send it down to the field.
Captains, let me introduce your hosting captain. Captain Allen, y'all come on in a little bit. It's Captain Folks. Shake hands. Gentlemen, y'all shake hands with each other. Captains, let me introduce your umpire tonight, Mr. David Worst. Captains, since tonight we talk to you, we won't call you by your team name. We won't call you by your number on your jersey, offense or defense. I'll say captain with a blue jersey or a white jersey. Is that all right with you, Captain? Okay, blue jersey, white jersey. One of the captains come and talk to us, okay? Captain Allen, we're going to let the visiting team call a coin, all right? This coin right here has a heads and it has a tails. Captain, you see that? A heads and a tails, all right? Captain, you're going to call it while it's in the air. If I catch it before you call it, or if I drop it on the ground, we will retoss. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, you call
Tails.
it. Calls tails. It is a tails, Captain. You won the choice.
Yes, sir.
You can defer, receive, or kick. What do you want to do?
Defer.
You want to defer?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me step over here and signal to the press box. White has won the toss and will defer.
And there you have it. And they have won the coin toss. The Trojans have. They have deferred to the second half, so the Hurricanes are going to get the football, and we'll get ready to get things underway in just a second. Again, you're watching the high school football game of the week brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. We'll take a quick break and come back with the kickoff right after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. I'm Scott Singer along with Donald Rucker up here in the booth as we're getting ready to get this one underway here at Weinman Stadium tonight. Cartersville and Carrollton meet up as two top 5 teams playing for the Region 6 AAA Championship and home field advantage in the state playoffs. Things a little different this year. You don't know how far you have home field advantage because it's going to be decided by a coin toss in the quarterfinals this year as opposed to how it used to be set up by the state ahead of time. So it is Senior Night 2006. The banner is in the air at Weinman Stadium, and we're just about ready to get it underway. Cartersville wearing the purple tops and gold pants and gold helmets tonight on the far side of the field. Carrollton in all white with the black helmets. We're just about ready to get it underway. The Region 6 AAA Championship from Cartersville High School and Weinman Stadium tonight. And a big game. Obviously, Coach Barden has the distraction of Senior Night, but what do you think he was telling the guys on the way out?
Well, Scott, normally this is a little different, Senior Night, than homecoming. Homecoming usually is a bigger distraction, but Senior Night, I think your seniors actually get a little more emotional, and actually you're going to see Cartersville, I think, come out and play with a lot of emotion the first couple of quarters of this football game. Senior Night is always a big night for the seniors, And you can see the strength of the Cartersville program when they trot out 20 seniors out there for the toss. When you can have 17, 18, 20 seniors each year, you're going to have a strong program each year, and that's one of the strengths of this football team.
Well, the Cartersville return team getting their final instructions from Kyle Tucker, who handles the special teams, along with J.J. Chapman, and they will send them out on the field. And again, special teams, a key ingredient in tonight's game, and Cartersville will get the football first. Might be what they want, get out and establish themselves early. They consider themselves to have the state's best offense, and we're going to see it early against one of the state's best defenses.
And you're going to see Carrollton on offense. They're going to want to use ball control. They're going to want to control the clock. They're going to try to establish 10, 12-play drives, if possible, to try to keep the Cartersville offense off the field. On the other hand, you're going to see the Cartersville offense. They're not going to change anything, Scott. They're going to spread it out. They're going to run their offense. They're going to be quick strike again. They're going to try to put points on the board. So this is a huge contrast in teams, and we're going to see which one of these football teams can force their will upon the other.
Well, the Hurricanes will get the first opportunity offensively. Back deep to receive is Donovan Tate. To his left is Jeremy Tremble. To his right is Morgan Alexander. We'll see if they get a return. And getting ready to kick this one off for the Trojans is number 88, Kyle Williams. He sends this one end over end, and they will field it at the goal line. The Hurricanes pick it up. They'll run it right up across the 15, out across the 16-yard line, and that's where the ball will come loose, and the Trojans are going to come up with it at the 10-yard line, and now they're going to run down toward the goal line. The ball's in the end zone, and the Trojans say they have a touchdown, and they do. So Carrollton grabs the game's first points and a huge breakdown, and we talked about it earlier. Cartersville didn't want to spot Carrollton's 7 points to get started. It looked like the ball carrier was down, but
Scott, I thought number 8 for Cartersville was down. Thought Tyler Blackwell might have been down. We talked about the mistakes, penalties were going to be costly during this game. We'll get a replay up in a second, but as it stands, it's a touchdown for Carrollton on the opening kickoff.
replay cameras weren't even ready yet for the opening kickoff, so we won't have a replay of that one. But Carrollton takes the game's first lead, so they lead it now 6-0, and they will come in to attempt the extra point. So Carrollton getting a good start for what they wanted here.
Scott, if that was college football, they would be reviewing this play right now, but Cartersville has 12 men on the field. This would be the time where they would say that this play is under review.
Well, Cartersville not starting the way they would want to, and again, we got a new guy in the back and very little communication. The ball's kicked right down the middle of the field. That should have been Donovan Tate's football, and again, don't want to single him out, but Tyler Blackwell is not normally on the back line, comes over, takes the football.
Scott, you're right. That guy in the middle is like the center fielder on the baseball team. Anything that he can get is his, and you always defer to that guy in the middle. But as you said, that didn't happen, and you got the turnover.
Well, Carrollton's going to call timeout. Now they're half the distance to the goal. I would assume they would go for two here. 11:43 to play here. Opening quarter, Carrollton leading it 6-0. You're watching the Chuck Clancy Automotive High School Football Game of the Week. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. So the Hurricanes trail at 6-0 early after they fumble the opening kickoff. And now Donovan Tate issuing some orders back in the middle, and I would assume he would get the football this time again as they will kick it down the middle of the field. And they do, and Tate's going to go back into the end zone, and there is no running it out of the end zone in high school football. So the Hurricanes will start at their own 21st and 10. And again, if it just been about a yard deeper the last time, we would have avoided a touchdown.
Exactly. Cartersville, as you stated, in the hole. So we'll see what the Cartersville offense can do. See if they can come back out here, Scott, and quickly just make up those 6 points. Get a chance to see the Carrollton defense, and I tell you, this is a good-looking group. They've got size on the defensive side of the football.
Well, the Trojans will split them out. They're going to open up the middle of the field. Lyle Allen will come out of the shotgun. He's going to come out with 5 wides. The Hurricanes are going to spread them out. Out of the shotgun goes Allen. He drops back to pass, has some time. Now looks up the middle, and Allen's going to take off. Now fires it deep, has a receiver, and Tate was open, but Lyle just couldn't get the ball there in time, and the Hurricanes are going to be able to move the football tonight. The Trojans are not putting the pressure on them that they need. They're coming back with 6 defensive backs tonight. They're playing 2 under on the backside, and they've got 5 wide receivers to cover, and the offensive line doing a good job of pass blocking for Lyle Allen. So 2nd and 10 the call now for the Hurricanes. 11:34 to go here, opening quarter. This time they'll bring Morgan Alexander into the backfield. They'll line up Donovan Tate in the slot. R.B. Clyburn to the left side of the formation. Jeremy Tremble and Doug Young go to the right side of the formation. Out of the shotgun goes Allen, and this time the Hurricanes will run it right up the middle to Alexander, and he pushes his way across the 20 out to the 22-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 8 now for the Canes offensively.
Scott, it's going to be tough to run in between the tackles against the Carrollton defense. You know, I said last week, I really think the 2 tight end set overall is the best formation for Cartersville. It gives them opportunity to be able to run the ball in, throw their passes. Carrollton, they're walking up with their defensive backs, but they're really dropping back in zone. They're not playing man-to-man, the straight zone across the back line.
Well, the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. Again, they're going to come out of the shotgun. One back in the backfield is Donovan Tate, and the Hurricanes drop back to pass under some pressure. They throw it underneath. They've got a receiver down at the 29 and out to the 30-yard line, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks. That time, the ball in the hands of Morgan Alexander. And we've got a penalty flag out about the 26-yard line.
That does not look good for Cartersville. Looks like it could be a hole against Cartersville.
They're going to wave off the flag, and so the Hurricanes should have the first down. The ball is spotted just across the 30-yard line.
Scott, I think what had happened, Cartersville had linemen downfield, but that football was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. So if you throw it behind the line of scrimmage, the linemen are allowed to go downfield and block.
So the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. This time they're going to go 4 wide receivers and bring Donovan Tate into the slot formation. Donovan Tate lining up in the slot on the right side of the formation. Again, 4 wides. Out of the shotgun goes Allen. He drops back to pass, has a little bit of time, steps inside, and now under some trouble, and he's caught back at the 15-yard line. The sack that time made by Josh Harris, who comes right up the middle for the sack.
And Scott, that's not something you see very often. You see Lyle Allen pressured at times, but you see very few defensive linemen and defensive ends that are able to bring him down. As you can see Josh Harris making the tackle. Lyle Allen has done such a great job all year scrambling and avoiding the pressure, but this is a very good Carrollton defense.
Lyle loses 15 on the sack, and so it'll be 2nd and 25 with 9:47 to play here, opening quarter. The Hurricanes will again come out of the shotgun. They're going to go 4 wide receivers. This time Allen drops back to pass, has some time, throws it over the top. R.B. Clyburn's going to come back to the football, and he comes away with the catch. They're going to say he was out of bounds, though, and it'll bring up 3rd down now for the purple and gold.
Nice pass, good catch by Clyburn, but he was out of bounds. Carrollton playing man-to-man now against the Cartersville wide receivers. They're leaving those defensive linemen and 2 linebackers to spy on Lyle Allen, but they're playing man-to-man on the wideouts now.
And there you see the play. And Clyburn just couldn't get that left foot down. About an inch or so on the line. And it brings up 3rd and long now for the purple and gold. Lyle will bring him up to the line. They're going to go 4 wide receivers. Out of the shotgun goes Lyle Allen. Now he's going to change the play at the line. Carrollton mixes it up defensively, and again, Allen out of the shotgun. He drops back to pass, penalty flag down, and that'll be a dead ball foul. Maybe a legal shift on the Canes. We'll see what the call is. Be a false start against the Canes, so that'll move them back 5, so it makes 3rd and 30 now the call.
Scott, what you don't want to do with 3rd and 30, you don't want to make a mistake and get a turnover right here. You know, if you can, just get the football in decent field position right here and set yourself up for a punt. But be careful right here on this play.
Hurricanes will come out, 5 wide receivers. They're going to run trips to the right side of the formation. Carrollton will get up to the line defensively, and again, a great-looking front 4 for the Trojans. A lot of size up there on the defensive line. Reminds you of Buford a few weeks ago. Hurricanes will come out of the shotgun. 1 back in the backfield is Morgan Alexander. 3 wide, split wide to the right side of the formation. And this time the Hurricanes keep it. Lyle Allen running around the left end, dodges one would-be tackler, and he's going to be wrestled down at the 27-yard line. Nice pickup that time gets 15 on the carry, but the Canes will be well short of the first down, and they will be forced to punt.
Scott, that's a play you might see again later on. This is why you have the option in. When you got people that are playing your wideouts man-to-man, you can take those wideouts and run the defensive backs off and come out and run the option, and there's nobody there.
Trent Dittmer will get set to punt this one away. Back deep to receive for the Trojans is Jared Tarrant. They get the snap away, and the kick is an end-over-end kick, and it'll roll dead at the midfield stripe, and Carrollton will take over with excellent field position.
That football was close to being blocked on that punt, and as a result, Cartersville did not get a good kickoff. Dittmer, a very short punt, and Carrollton is winning the battle of the field position here. They're going to start 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line, and we'll see the Carrollton offense for the first time. Carrollton 6, Cartersville 0 at 8:49 to go in the first quarter.
Trojans bring it up to the line. They'll start just shy of the midfield stripe. Drew Folks will go under center. They'll run with a wing to the right. That's number 3, Jason Dothard, and they'll run right up the middle. The Trojans pushing their way for a couple. It'll bring up 2nd and long.
Ran a little trap up the middle with Michael Kendall, and actually number 11 for Cartersville, John Jansen, made the tackle. Stood up the offensive tackle of Carrollton at the line of scrimmage, and you had Kendall that ran right into the back of his lineman. Pick up of 2 for Carrollton, be 2nd down and 8 for Carrollton, 1st down.
Well, the Trojans bring it up to the line, 2nd and 8 to call. 8:14 to play here in the opening quarter. Trojans leading it 6-0. You're watching the Chuck Clancy Automotive High School Football Game of the Week, and this time Carrollton runs right up the middle, and they'll push their way for 5 or 6, and it'll be actually more like 6 or 7, and it'll be very near a 1st down. Again, running up the middle again was Michael Kendall.
Kendall going to be a little short. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for a 1st down. Carrollton really in 4-down territory right here, but this is pretty much what you're going to see all night. The hard dives, the traps, and the belly from Carrollton running in between the tackles. They feel like they have advantage against the Cartersville defensive front. So you're going to see ball control. If they can pick up 3 and 4 clip, this is the type of football game that they want.
3rd and short to call as Drew Folks goes under center. 2 backs in the backfield out of that Delaware-style wing tee. They pitch it off on the sweep around the right end. They've got room to run, and pushing his way forward across the 25, the 20, and we got a penalty flag downfield, and the Trojans are into the end zone, but that one may be coming back. Penalty flag back at the 19-yard line.
That was Courtney Mabry, number 8 for Carrollton, with the power sweep, but they led 4 guys on the corner, even the quarterback pulled to the right. You can see it on the replay.
Block in the back, or holding, either one. You can call it either way, block in the back. There you go.
I think they're going to pick up the 1st down, but they're going to bring it back about 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll still be 1st and 10 Carrollton.
It's pretty obvious down here. He almost tackles him. You take a look at it right here, and it's Jared Tarrant. Just pushes him in the back and takes his player right out of the play, and it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Trojans. So they get the 1st down on 3rd and short. A new set of downs now for Carrollton. They'll bring it up to the line, spot it just inside the 29-yard line. As the Trojans bring it up to the line, they're going to go out of the wing tee. Folks goes under center. This time he'll send it back in motion. They hand it to him around the right end, and the Hurricanes bury him in the backfield. A loss of 3 on the play. The ball carrier that time was Jason Dothard.
And that play, that's the 2nd time that Carrollton has run the speed sweep, something they've had success against Cartersville in the past, but they ran that on the 2-point conversion and lost yardage, and they run it again, and they lose yardage again. But if they're going to have success, it's going to be running right at the Cartersville defense.
2nd and 13 the call. Again, big play coming up here because you want to get Carrollton in 3rd and long. 6:40 to play here, opening quarter. The Trojans will bring it up to the line. They're going to run out of that Delaware set. Dotting it is Courtney Mabry, and now they send it back in motion, and this time they hand off right up the middle to the fullback, who carries it across the 20 and down to about the 19-yard line, and now the Trojans will have a 3rd and short, about 3rd and 1 for the 1st down.
And just a huge hole on the left side of the Carrollton offensive line. I mean, you could have just walked, and really basically that's what Kendall did, just walked about 5 or 6 yards before he even had any contact with a Cartersville defensive player, but good job in this drive by the Carrollton offense of just pounding it at the defense of Cartersville.
So the Trojans bring it up to the line. They're going to work out of the wing tee. They're going to go with that Delaware set now. And this time they pitch it off to Mabry, and he's going to get hit and dropped in the backfield, and he'll lose a yard or two. It's going to bring up 4th down, and now the Trojans have to make a decision. It's going to be more like 4th and about 4 now for Carrollton.
Yeah, big play by the Cartersville defense. Carrollton had an unbalanced set with 4 linemen to the right, running the sweep again. Scott, they're going to bring out the kicking block, so Carrollton is going to try for a field goal. It's going to be a long field goal. They're going to place it down at the place the spot down at the 29-yard line. So we're talking about a 39-yard field goal, and Carrollton's going to get a timeout.
So the Trojans will take a timeout. We'll take a break as well. 5:13 to go here in the opening quarter. Carrollton leading at 6-0. You're watching the Chuck Clancy Automotive High School Football Game of the Week. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back as the Trojans attempt a 39-yard field goal. The ball is up, and that one is going to go right through the uprights for 3. And Carrollton now leads it 9-0 on the Chuck Clancy Automotive High School Football Game of the Week with 5:10 to play here in the opening quarter. We'll take a quick break and come back with the kickoff. You're watching the High School Football Game of the Week. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back as the kickoff sails into the end zone. You didn't miss anything as we come late back from the break, but the Hurricanes will get the football at the 20-yard line, their second drive of the game, and we'll see what Cartersville can do with it. 5:10 to play here, opening quarter, and the Hurricanes again backed up deep in their own territory.
Kyle Williams, the kicker for Carrollton, showing a strong leg here. That ball was at least 5-6 yards deep in the end zone, and that field goal could have, I mean, that would have been good from 50 yards out, but Carrollton has extremely strong kicker.
Hurricanes will get the football. They're going to go 3 wide receivers, 1 in the slot, and this time Allen changing the play at the line. Morgan Alexander in the backfield. R.B. Clyburn split wide to the right side of the formation. This time Allen drops back to pass, throws it over the top, has Clyburn who comes back to the football, and it's going to be incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Again, Carrollton has gone totally man-to-man against the Cartersville wide receivers. That was number 18, Rashad Daniels, covering Clyburn, and really had great coverage on Clyburn. If you can get to the corner, Scott, with the football, particularly when the defensive backs turning and running, playing man-to-man, you can get big plays in the secondary.
So the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. This time they'll work with 3 wide receivers to the left side of the formation. 1 back in the backfield, that's Morgan Alexander. They'll split Clyburn wide to the right side. And out of the shotgun goes Lyle Allen. He drops back to pass, has a little bit of time, now steps back in the pocket, turns upfield, and Allen's going to throw it deep. Clyburn's going to come back for the football, and it's almost intercepted. That time almost picked off by number 4, Jared Tarrant.
And really, Lyle did not have anybody open on that play. Cards are very fortunate they don't get the turnover. That's number 4, Tarrant for Carrollton, who has committed to Georgia Tech. You have 2 Georgia Tech committees in this football game. That didn't look very good, though, with Tarrant dropping that interception. I'm glad he dropped it. He won't drop them on Saturdays, though.
Well, the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. This time they'll go with 4 wide receivers. Allen under some pressure, now running for his life, will roll out. And this time Allen throws it and throws it away at the 25-yard line. The ball crosses the line of scrimmage, and he was outside the tackle box, so there was no intentional grounding call. No.
They're going to throw a flag. Scott, he's outside the box, and the ball crossed the line of scrimmage.
You got to wave off the penalty. You've got to be kidding me. That is a huge penalty because it's going to be half the distance to the goal. I don't understand why Coach. And while they're moving the ball back, we'll send it down to the field with our own Alan Kinsley. Alan, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, as Coach was talking about, the Carrollton defense is playing man-to-man. But during that last drive, both Morgan Alexander and Jeremy Trimble went up to the head coach and said, "Coach, I can beat my man. Throw it to me." And a little bit of eavesdropping for me down here, I heard the referee come up to Lyle Allen and say, "You have to pass to an eligible receiver." So that may have been what the flag was for. Back up to you guys.
Scott, I mean, I know that's not the college rule. Maybe that's the high school rule. But I thought you could throw that ball out of bounds if you're outside the tackle box. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard that rule. And we've got a penalty flag on the field as they stop the play. But it has gone from bad to worse for the Hurricanes. A terrible start here on senior night.
Scott, we talked about turnovers and mistakes, and Cartersville has had the turnover, and they're making the mistakes. And now they're going to put themselves even in a worse hole. They're going to back this football up about another 2 yards right here. So Trent Dittmer will be at the back of the end line punting the football.
So Dittmer will kick from just inside the end zone.
And Carrollton will get excellent field position as a result of this punt.
Ball is at the 1 yard line. Dittmer gets it, gets a hold of it. It is a high floating kick, and they will field it at the 35. Tarrant's going to reverse his field, and now he's got nowhere to go, and the Hurricanes are going to come back and tackle him back at the 45-yard line. Penalty flags everywhere on the field, and what a mistake by Tarrant. He gets the ball at the 34 and heads backwards 10 yards.
Scott, they had the return, and it was return left. Carrollton had a wall left, but the football was kicked on the numbers to the right side, and Tarrant tried to get to the wall, and you can't get to the wall when the football's kicked to the numbers. He got there and tried to reverse his field, but they're going to get illegal block in the back against Carrollton. You can see the wall is set up. If he can get there.
Look at the shot in the back right there. That's going to be called on number 22, Michael Kendall.
You know, had he gotten there, they had the wall set. He could have walked down the left sideline, but he couldn't get to the wall.
They're going to take it from the end of the run, which will be the 44-yard line, and they're going to tack off 10 yards. So it'll go back to the Carrollton 45. So a huge change in field
you can
position.
see the wall at the top. If he gets to the left outside that wall, it's a touchdown. But there's a block in the back right there. He couldn't get to the wall because he fielded the football on the numbers on the right side. So when that happens, you have to return the ball up the sideline to get what you can get.
So Carrollton starts at their own 45, their worst field position of the game. And they'll bring it up to the line. Folks will bring them up out of the wing tee. One wide receiver split wide to the left side of the formation. This time they're going to send it back in motion. They pitch it to him around the left end, and he's caught and tackled in the backfield. A loss of 2 on the play. That time the ball carrier was number 9, Octavius Thomas.
Let me tell you, that's a big-time play by number 11. John Jansen took out the blocker and then made the tackle, but that's a big play by the linebacker, 11, John Jansen. Cartersville really needs a defense. You see Jansen taking it on right there. He took on the ball, took on the blocker, and tripped up the ball carrier. Great play by Jansen. Be 2nd down and 12 for Carrollton, 1st down. The defense really needs to stiffen right here.
Well, the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line defensively. Trojans out of the wing tee. Folks goes under center. He's going to send Thomas in motion. This time he drops back under play action, throws it to the flat, and the ball's incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd and long for the Trojans.
Scott, that's the route that Carrollton loves to run, where they flood the left side. They got a guy deep, they got an intermediate receiver, and they got a guy in the flats. That route's been open against Cartersville in the past, but that route was covered. Jansen in the flats, you had safety and strong safety covering the other 2 routes. There was nobody open. Great job by the Cartersville defense covering that route. Big 3rd down right here.
3rd and 11 the call as the Trojans bring it up to the line. Folks will go under center, this time out of the wing tee. Kendall in at fullback. Folks goes under center. They're going to send it back in motion. They run crisscross, and now they'll go underneath. And the ball is loose. It's on the ground, and now the Trojans will break it back out the other way. And you're going to have a block. Looked like a block in the back, and now the Trojans are going to run down the field with 1 man to beat, and they're going to go into the end zone for 6, back the other way on the broken play.
You got to be kidding me.
Touchdown that time by Courtney Mabry, and unbelievable. A no call in the backfield on Zori Murphy. Had a line to the ball carrier, gets drilled in the back, and no call.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And
Carrollton,
Mabry goes on a 56-yard touchdown run.
Cartersville has them stop, almost gets a turnover. Scott, that's incredible.
So now it's 15-0. The Trojans have an opportunity to make it 16, and a tough start for the Hurricanes here tonight.
I think we got referees still trying to decide whether they're going to throw a flag or not.
There's no way a guy springs like that with 3 guys there.
Unbelievable.
We'll take a look at it on the instant replay in just a second. So the Trojans will bring it up to the line. And they will get ready to kick this one. The snap is down, and the kick is up and good, and it's now a 16-0 advantage for the Trojans. And we'll take a look at that last play and see what we thought was a big no call up here. Cartersville knocks it up. Ball gets knocked loose. Ball is on the ground, and Mabry picks it back up. And you missed the block in the back. It was over here. We didn't get it on the screen, but it was Zori Murphy who was hit and knocked in the back. And the Trojans take it in for the touchdown, and just like that, it's 16-0. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. 16-0 your score, 3:25 to play here in the first quarter, and the Hurricanes are about to get the football. And two just unbelievable touchdowns scored by Carrollton on really just broken plays and a fumble, and just a terrible start for Cartersville tonight. And they've got to get something going offensively here. Their third drive of the night, and they've stalled the first two times they've touched the football.
Scott, you're right. Just two freak plays. Cartersville fumbles on the opening kickoff. The ball bounces around. Nobody can get on the football. Finally, Carrollton recovers in the end zone. Carrollton fumbles the football. Looks like Cartersville is going to get a turnover, miss a couple of tackles. The back scoops it up and runs down the sideline. But just terrible breaks here in the first half for Cartersville.
Hurricanes with the football. They'll come out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 1 back in the backfield. That's Donovan Tate. The Hurricanes will drop back to pass. Allen fires it to the flat, has a receiver, and the Hurricanes will pick up the first down and a couple more. Pass complete that time to Morgan Alexander, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks. A pickup of 13 on first down.
If you're going to get down 16, you want to do it in the first quarter. A lot of football left in this game. As you can see the replay, and there's 17 Morgan Alexander. Nice catch. Great pass by Lyle Allen, but you got a great leader at quarterback, Lyle Allen, so we'll see what Cartersville can do on this drive.
Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. They're going to work out of the shotgun. 1 back in the backfield is Donovan Tate. The Canes will go 4 wide receivers. As Lyle Allen out of the shotgun, takes the ball, drops back to pass, has some time, now rolls out under some pressure, takes it, throws it deep, has a receiver in Clyburn, and the Hurricanes cannot hang on. Looked like a catch from over here, but the referee behind the play whistles it incomplete.
Scott, that was a nice pass by Lyle Allen. Threw the ball where only R.B. Clyburn could catch it, and he could not hang on to the football. But in a game like this, wideouts have got to make plays. This is a big game, and when you have big games, your big-time players have to step up. So you can see that ball hits him right in the hands, and Clyburn just cannot hang on to it.
Clyburn drops a tough one there, and that brings up 2nd and 10 now for the purple and gold, but Cartersville getting out of their own territory for the first time. Ball on the 33, closer to the 34. And 4 wide receivers. Out of the shotgun comes Allen. Drops back to pass, has a little bit of time, throws it over the middle, and that ball incomplete, that time intended for Morgan Alexander, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Cartersville without the services tonight of number 5, Timmy Baker, who will be lost for the rest of the season, will have surgery on the knee. Number 15, Doug Young, pressed into duty tonight, a sophomore who's played well the last couple of weeks. 3rd down and 10 for Cartersville, first down, and this is something that you want to avoid. You don't want to get into 3rd and long, 2nd and long, all night long against good Carrollton defense.
Well, the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. 3rd and 10 the call. Again, Allen will come out of the shotgun. Again, they'll go 4 wide receivers. Long snap count. Allen drops back to pass, has a little bit of time. Now looks downfield, throws it up, and Tremble slips going for the football, and it'll bring up 4th down. Again, Cartersville's getting their receivers open. They're just not getting the ball to them, and now the Canes will be forced to punt, trailing 16-0 with 2:34 to play here in the opening quarter.
Yes, Scott, and somebody's going to have to make a play for Cartersville, whether it's on offense or defense. Got to have something positive happen to kind of get them going. It's been tough early going. The offensive line's done a fairly good job of blocking here in the first quarter, but somebody's got to do something to kind of get them going. As you can see, the pass on the replay, thrown over the top, over the head of number 2, Trimble.
Well, they get the punt off. It is a deep floating kick. Tarrant will go back to the 30. They put on the return, and Tarrant's going to get make one move, and he'll be tackled at the 30-yard line, and a late penalty flag comes out. Another block in the back against Carrollton. And honestly, you could call block in the back on about every play that the Trojans touch the football tonight.
Right there, they had to return to the right, but Carrollton is starting the wall too far away from the punt return. As you'll see the indication by the referee here, this is going to be a block in the back. When you're setting the wall, that first guy has got to bring the wall all the way to the punt return. If you don't bring it to him, he can't get there, and Tarrant can't get to the wall. He had to pull up. You can see right here, he's going to pull up and have to get back north-south because they're not bringing the wall far enough to him. There's Luke Pye, and then you see 57 Thomas coming in, and Pye coming back in to help again on the tackle. Couldn't see the block in the back.
The block in the back was way off the screen to the left side. And now the Trojans will start with their worst field position of the night. They will work from their own 20-yard line. Carrollton with the football. They're going to send it back in motion, and this time they hand off right up the middle. And again, running the football out front is Kendall, and he'll get across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line, a pickup of 13 on first down, and the Trojans will move the sticks.
Cartersville has changed field position, so you don't want to lose the field position after Carrollton starts on the 20. You got to get a stop right here, and you want to improve your starting field position. Carrollton running to the weak side, and that play, that isolation they're running to the weak side has been open. Big holes on that left side when they run away from the tight end side.
So the Trojans bring it up to the line. They'll work out of the wing tee. They send it back in motion, and this time they hand off right up the middle to Kendall, and he's hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Maybe might have gotten a yard on the play. Brings up second and long.
Little defensive lineman for Cartersville, number 35, Trey Ball, making the tackle, shoestring tackle, preventing a big gain right there. But that weak side has been the place where Carrollton has elected to operate here in the first half, running weak away from the tight end side. They've had a lot of success.
Third play of the drive coming up here for the Trojans. It'll be 2nd and 8. Carrollton with the football. They'll work from the right hash mark. Out of the wing tee. Folks will go under center. This time he's going to send it back in motion. They pitch it to him around the left end. He's looking for the corner, and he's got some room to run outside. And the Trojans will cross the 40, down to the 30, and down to the Hurricane 29-yard line. A nice pickup that time. Carrying the football was Lorenzo Addison. And a good start here for the Trojans.
Scott again, and it's weak side again. Tall sweep to the left side. Carrollton getting about 4 guys off tackle in that hole. Cartersville not having enough people, as you can see on the replay. Not enough guys right here attacking this sweep. There are 4 guys up in the hole, and there are no purple jerseys there. And then Cartersville has got a tackle in the secondary.
So the Trojans bring it up to the line. They're going to work out of the wing tee. They'll bring a wide receiver to the right side of the formation, and Folks will go under center. This time he's going to send Mabry in motion, and he drops back and hands off on the draw right up the middle, and pushing his way forward now for the Trojans is number 25, Wes Dothard.
Scott, you can see the tendency now. Carrollton placed the tight end on the left side, but they're still running weak side away from the tight end side to the weak side of their formation. They found something on the weak side that they like on the Cartersville defense. Now, you got a tight end to the right, and if the trend continues, Carrollton's going to run this football to the left side.
Trojans go back under center. They're going to send it back in motion, and this time they hand off right up the middle, and they'll push forward to the 20-yard line. That'll be very near a Carrollton first down.
Of course, they do exactly opposite of what I said. They finally ran a tight inside play, but that's going to get us to the end of the first quarter.
So at the end of 1, it's now Carrollton 16, Cartersville nothing. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching the Chuck Clancy Automotive High School Football Game of the Week. And welcome back. You're watching the High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. It'll be 3rd and 1 now for the Trojans. They'll work from the Hurricane 20-yard line, leading it 16-0, and the Hurricanes in a little bit of trouble here to start this game.
Carrollton trying to impose their will upon the Cartersville defense, pounding the football in between the tackles. Occasional sweep mixed in, but they are imposing their will against the Cartersville defense.
Trojans bring it up the line. They're going to send it back in motion, and this time they hand off right up the middle, and pushing forward for the first down that time was number 22, Michael Kendall.
Kendall finding about 3 or 4 yards off the right side, running the belly play. Carrollton going now to the tight end side, but they're doing a good job of mixing up their plays, going strong side, weak side, offensive line executing. Carrollton really has a huge size advantage on that offensive line going up against a Cartersville defensive front, and they're using that advantage right now.
Trojans at the line. They'll work out of the wing tee. 11:39 to play here in the game. They're going to send it back in motion. They pitch it to him, and now they work their way forward, and running the football that time was number 32, Lorenzo Addison. He'll gain a couple on first down, brings up second and about 8.
Safety for Cartersville, number 32, Donovan Tate, getting credit for the tackle on that play. This drive started at the Carrollton 20-yard line. They're now at the Cartersville 17-yard line. Be second down and about 9 for Carrollton first down. So you can see the replay. Tate coming up to make the stop along with a host of other Cane defenders.
So the ball spotted on the 18. It'll be second and long. 10:51 to play here in the first half. Folks will go under center. They're going to send it back in motion. They run a crisscross back to Mabry, who steps inside. He crosses the 10-yard line and will stay on his feet down to the 9, and he should have the first down. If not, he's very, very close. And again, a big play on second down, and that's where the Trojans have done it tonight with big plays on second down, setting up third and short.
And Scott, it's not in the passing game. They're lining up, and it's hammer time. They're running the football at the Hurricane defense. They're going to spot him short of the first down. It's going to be third down, and again, this favors Carrollton. If they can get 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, you got to think it's got to favor them in that offensive line, and that's what they want. They want to see 3rd and short because they want to run the football.
3rd and short the call. The Trojans will bring it up to the line. Folks will go under center. Out of the wing tee, they send Mabry in motion, and this time they hand off to Kendall up the middle, who pushes his way at the 5 and dances into the end zone for 6. And just like that, the Trojans now lead it 22-0.
And Scott, that was an 80-yard drive, no passes. They had one big play on the sweep, but other than that, it was hammer time. Carrollton imposing their will on the Cartersville defense. As you can see, number 22, you see a back pull, lead up in the hole. And once you break that second line, there's nobody there. When they broke the second line of defense, number 22, Kendall, walks into the end zone.
That makes it 23-0, or 22-0. They'll step up for the extra point. Now it's 23 as he splits the uprights, and with 9:52 to play here first half, the Hurricanes in a world of trouble. We'll see what they can do offensively. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching the high school football game of the week. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week. 9:52 to play here in the first half, and the Hurricanes in desperate need of something offensively. Trojans have scored on their only 3 possessions of the game, and a Cartersville possession they scored on. So everything going right for Carrollton. Donovan Tate's going to get the football. He's across the 10, the 15, still on his feet, and out to the 23-yard line, and a nice return that time by Donovan Tate. And again, Coach, this game started bad, and now the Hurricanes really have to overcome the mental fatigue here. Down 23-0, and nothing has gone right. They've had very little success in any department tonight. And again, you'd like to see Hurricanes do something positive on this drive just to get.
Scott, they desperately need something to happen positive right here, or this game could get away from them early here in this first half. Cartersville will start 1st and 10 at the Cartersville 23-yard line, and they've got to get something going.
Lyle Allen out of the shotgun, bobbles the snap, rolls out to his left, has some time, throws it back, has Morgan Alexander outside across the 25, the 30, steps up at the 40, and is going to be knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A nice pickup that time of 19 yards on the pitch and catch, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks.
Yeah, they had the little throwback screen to number 17, Morgan Alexander. First, just a great play by 17, Allen, the quarterback, to get that snap. That was not a very good snap, and a good job of running by Morgan Alexander after he gets the football right here. Good job making guys miss an open field.
So the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. They will work out with 4 wide receivers, 1 back in the backfield, and this time Allen with a high snap rolls back out to the backside. Nowhere to go. We'll tuck it up, and Allen stays on his feet across the 45, the midfield stripe, breaks loose across the 30, the 25, the 20, and Allen is going to be wrestled out of bounds at the 5-yard line, but we've got a penalty flag back at the 41-yard line, and Coach Barden is very upset.
Scott, I saw a flag against Carrollton. I saw a hit by a defensive back hit a Cartersville player. Was just unnecessary hit.
That's not what they're going to call, though. It's going to be holding. We'll take a look at it in a second here, but tough break for the Canes, and we'll see if we can see it. Might have to go back further than that to see the hold. Unbelievable. So it'll be 1st and 20 now for the Canes. Bring it up at the line, and there it is right there in the middle of your screen.
You can see right there.
Oh, good call. And that'll bring up 1st and 20. So a tough break for the purple and gold. They're backed up to the 31 now. Takes away what would have been an excellent opportunity to score. They were wrestled down inside the 5. Allen out of the shotgun, and this time hands off to Alexander, who gets loose up the middle and gains about 9 of it back. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
And that was a good call. You don't want to throw a pass and get an incompletion right here. Now you end up 2nd down and 20. Alexander gets a lot of that yardage back, and now 2nd down and 12 for Cartersville 1st down.
It's Lyle Allen bringing him up to the line. Hurricanes will work with 4 wide receivers. Trips to the right side of the formation. Donovan Tate down on the bottom of your screen. Allen drops back to pass, has some time, looks over the middle, fires one to Tremble, and it goes incomplete.
That's a late hit.
You've got to throw a late flag on that.
You know, in college,
that was a helmet-to-helmet hit right across the middle
Scott,
after the whistle.
It was a late hit. The pass was not caught, and he got hit. In college, that's a flag. I don't know why it's not tonight here, but that was just totally unnecessary on the hit. As you can see, the pass is thrown behind Tremble, and there's no sense in that right there. That's just a late hit.
You've got to pull that out. You're going to get somebody hurt. That's the responsibility of the guys in the stripes to call that one. Hurricanes with a football. They will work out of the shotgun. This time they're going to bring Donovan Tate to the left side of the formation. Allen drops back to pass, has some time. Throws this one over the top, has a receiver, and it's caught up at the 40-yard line, and the Hurricanes split the defenders and move the sticks. Great play that time by Lyle Allen as he picks up the catch, and a great catch that time over the middle for Doug Young.
I don't know how Lyle Allen got that football in there. He had to squeeze one in there with pressure coming at him. Found Doug Young over the middle for a huge gain. Cartersville 1st and 10 now at the Carrollton 38-yard line.
What a catch there by Young, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks. 1st and 10 the call. Allen out of the shotgun, and the Hurricanes are going to blow a timeout here with 7:58 to play here in the 2nd quarter. That's their first timeout. We'll take a break as well. You're watching the High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the High School Football Game of the Week. Lyle Allen out of the shotgun, and they throw a little middle screen up the middle, and the ball is incomplete. That's a great play. It's a shuffle pass, so if the ball hits the ground, it's not a fumble. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that is a good play. And, Scott, I've seen it before in high school where that's been dropped and picked up and run in when really it's an incomplete pass, but good job by the officials of picking that up. But Carrollton was not fooling that play. That play was not open. As you can see in the middle, they try to toss it underneath to 32 Tate. We miss a block right there, and it was good that he dropped that ball because they were going to lose yardage on the play.
2nd and 10 the call. The Hurricanes will work out of the shotgun. They bring Tate to the right side of the formation. This time they flare it out, and Donovan's loose in the corner, and he'll push his way across the 30 and be wrestled out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Actually, more like the 28, and it's going to be very near a Hurricane 1st down. It'll bring up, well, we'll see if they get the 1st down or not. See where they spot it.
Going to be very close. So you can see Tate on the replay making the guy look silly out here on the corner. There's 18. There's an Iverson move right there. Broke his ankle right there on that move. Nice move by Tate. And they're going to come out and they're going to measure for a first down.
It'll be 3rd and inches or 1st and 10, depending on where the spot was. 7:47 to play here, second quarter. 23-0 your score. Carrollton in full command of this one right now, but the Hurricanes, with their quick strike offense, can put points on the board. The key is, can they stop the Trojans the rest of the way? They've given them a lot of big breaks here early on. Really, this game should be about a 1-touchdown lead for the Trojans. Instead, it's more than 3.
Scott, he's going to be short about 3 chain links right there for the first down. So it will be 3rd down in inches for Cartersville first down.
3rd and short for the Canes, obviously 4-down territory. And
Cartersville with their deepest penetration of this football game.
Probably tell you what the play is going to be here.
Of course, you know, this would be a good time to fake one, play action, and throw it over the top.
Hurricanes bring it up to the line. 3rd and inches to call. Lyle Allen brings them up to the line. Donovan Tate split wide to the right side of the formation. R.B. Clyburn to the left. The Hurricanes will line it up with double tight. Zori Murphy in the game. And this time the Hurricanes just run it right up the middle and push their way forward for a couple, and it'll be a first down. The clock will stop momentarily while they reset the chains. 7:42 to play here, second quarter, and Cartersville with an opportunity to get on the scoreboard here, driving inside the Carrollton 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
First, Cartersville's got to get points. Next, Scott, they need a stop with an opportunity to get some more points on the board before the half, but they've got to get points right here.
Lyle Allen in the game, lining up out in the flat. Donovan Tate comes in at quarterback. Tate in the backfield, and he's going to drop back to pass. Throws it over the top. Clyburn is in the end zone. He's going to reach up for it, and the Hurricanes are in the end zone. They put it up for 6, and what a play. A 27-yard completion from Donovan Tate right over the top to R.B. Clyburn, and the Hurricanes are in the end zone.
Coach Barton calling the Florida Gators Tim Tebow play, where Tate takes a snap, fakes the draw as if he's going to run the football, throws over the top to number 25, R.B. Clyburn, and give Clyburn a lot of credit for going up and getting that football. Great job by Tate throwing the ball, and a great catch by R.B. Clyburn.
So coming in to attempt the extra point now will be Trent Dittmer, and we got a whistle on the play here. Clock was continuing to run.
And he hadn't stopped it yet.
It happened at the 7:21 mark is what they need to reset it to. So they ran about an extra 30-some seconds off the clock.
Need to get Allen over there. Ask Allen how much. Allen, what'd they say?
They said to reset the game clock to 7:10.
7:10.
Except for they scored at 7:21.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter at this point in the game, but you just lost 11 seconds out of the game. That's a play. I mean, that's just poor officiating. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bash the officials, but you got to keep track of what's going on, and the touchdown happened at 7:21. Snap is down. The kick is up and on the way, and it's good. Canes get on the scoreboard. It's now 23-7 with 7:10 to play here in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week. 7:10 to play here in the second quarter, and the Hurricanes will line up for the kickoff. First time the Trojans have received a kickoff tonight. Jared Tarrant back deep to receive in the middle. Trent Dittmer from the 40 gets the whistle, and the Hurricanes will send this one right down the middle. Tarrant will go back to the 4 to return it. He'll bring it right up the middle of the field, and he's got a lane up the middle, and he'll be tackled across the 30. Ball's on the ground. The Hurricanes say they have it, and if they do, this could be a huge turn of events. Hurricanes say they have the football. No signal yet, and now they do. Hurricane football Ball on the 34, and the Hurricanes have started to grab a little piece of momentum with 6:58 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, you can see Tarrant was tackled by his own man. 11, John Jansen coming up with the fumble. Huge break for the Cartersville football team just when they needed it. But Tarrant, Scott, he really had nobody in front of him. As you can see on the kickoff, he just trips over his own man. There's a replay. He's got a huge hole in the middle, and he trips over his own guy, and the football comes out.
Ball's on the ground and a lot of purple jerseys around it. The Hurricanes get a huge break here. 1st and 10 the call. They'll work from the Carrollton 34-yard line. Out of the shotgun goes Lyle Allen. 3 wide receivers. This time he'll drop back to pass. Allen with time. Steps inside. Now throws it deep. Has a receiver in Tate. Touchdown, and the Hurricanes are in the end zone. Just like that, they put 6 on the board, and the Hurricanes are 10 away with 6:51 to play here, second quarter, and the momentum starting to shift.
Here come the Hurricanes. Just when it looked like Cartersville might be out of this football game, here come the Hurricanes. What a pass by Allen, the quarterback. Scott, that pass was on the money, on a rope to 32 Tate, and Cartersville is back in this football game.
Trent Dittmer will come in to attempt the extra point. It's 23-13. The snap is down. The kick is up and on the way. It's good, and now it's 23-14. The Canes trail it by 9. 6:51 to play here, second quarter, and the Hurricanes will kick it away. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. 6:51 to play here in the first half, and the Hurricanes with 2 quick touchdowns within 30 seconds of each other, and the Hurricanes are on the scoreboard. It's now 23-14. They trailed at 23-0 just a second ago. So if you got up to go to the bathroom, turn the TV off, you're seeing a whole different game now here with 6:51 to play here, second quarter. Now the Hurricane defense will have to rise to the challenge. A deep floating kick, and they're going to field it back at the 1. Here comes the Hurricane kick team. They'll try to wrestle him down, and he'll fall just across the 20 out at the 22-yard line. The return man that time, Michael Hollis, and that's where the Trojans will start 1st and 10.
Number 7, Byron Hall, coming down on special teams, making the tackle, but that time that ball got kicked to the numbers to the left side, and Carrollton could not get that ball into the wedge, and Cartersville did a good job getting downfield and covering and getting behind the wedge. With 6:44 to go, Cartersville needs another stop right here, Scott. They get a stop here and get points. We got a football game, but they got to have a stop. We have not stopped the Carrollton offense.
Hurricanes get back defensively. Folks looks to throw, puts it in the air. The ball is up, and it's going to be caught at the Hurricane 39-yard line. An excellent pitch and catch that time, and coming back to stop at that time was Tyler Blackwell. An excellent catch that time by Gerard Tarrant.
And
he had to wait on the football for quite some time.
That's a great call. You lose a little momentum, but that's a great call to come back, play action, throw one deep, something they haven't attempted in a while. They haven't thrown very many passes, so they play action. If Tyler Blackwell could have gotten his head around, that ball hung up in the air, but Tarrant made the adjustment on the ball and made the catch.
Folks completes his first pass of the night. Now the Trojans are in Hurricane territory. They'll work from the Cartersville 38, and this time they hand off right up the middle, and Kendall is hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and I thought we had a hole on that play. Luke Pye sliding down inside to squeeze that play. I thought he got held on the play. There's no call by the official, but I didn't think he went down by himself. It'll be 2nd down, and he didn't pick up anything on that play. 2nd down and 10 for Carrollton, 1st down. And you got to hold them right here, Hurricanes.
Hurricanes will get back to the ball defensively. Trojans up at the line. Folks goes under center. He's going to send a back in motion. He pitches it to him around the left end, and the Hurricanes meet him right there at the line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up 3rd and long now for Carrollton.
Yeah, they're doing a better job against the sweep right there. Don't give them a big play. Again, it's number 11, John Jansen, making the tackle, but he gets nothing. If anything, he might have lost a little. Still going to be 3rd down and 10 for Carrollton, 1st down. Now, Carrollton does not have to throw the football. Watch the scissors play, the little handoff sweep inside, but they don't have to throw the ball.
Folks brings the play from the sideline. Folks goes under center. They'll come out of the wing tee. Tarrant split wide to the right side of the formation. They'll send it back in motion. They run crisscross underneath. Mabry with the football will try to get a lane, and he's going to be tackled shy of the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and about 4 now for the Trojans, and they may be in 4-down territory with 4:46 to play here, second quarter.
Yeah, they're in 4-down territory, but, man, you got to like the motor of number 48, Luke Pye, because Mabry was going to get a first down, but 48, Luke Pye, hustling from the backside, making the tackle on that play for the Cartersville defense. And, Scott, even though it's the second quarter, 4:28 to go, boy, I tell you, this is a big play.
Huge play coming up for the Cartersville defense.
You see Pye right there.
Purple faithful are on their feet.
Make the tackle.
4th and about 4 now for the Trojans. They'll bring it up to the line. Kendall in at fullback. Folks goes under center. Watch for the hard count. They'll send it back in motion. They drop back. Folks running. Step in, throws it over the middle. Ball is in the air, and Tarrant's going to catch it at the 10, the 5, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And it'll be a 1st and goal for the Trojans at the Hurricane 2.
They don't throw the football very often, but when they do, normally it's deadly. And they've had 2 big pass plays on this drive that just broke the backs of the Cartersville defense as Tarrant got wide open. Good job of throwing the football by folks, but got a bust in the coverage right there for Cartersville because there's no one around Tarrant on that play.
Well, the Trojans will bring it up to the line. They're going to work 1st and goal from the 3 is where they'll spot it. Long snap count. They'll send Mabry in motion, and they run it to Kendall up the middle, who pushes his way at the goal line. And he's in for 6, and just like that, the Trojans have added to their lead. It's now 29-14 as they lead it again by 15 points, and we'll see what they do here on the extra point. I guess they will kick it as they bring the kick team in.
That's a sign of a good football team. Cartersville puts 14 points on the board, and Carrollton, when their offense gets a chance to get back on the field, they answer the 14 points, and they come down now on a 78-yard drive and put points on the board.
Snap is down, the kick is up and on the way, and it's good, and now the Trojans lead at 29-14. The Hurricanes will get the football. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching the High School Football Game of the Week. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the High School Football Game of the Week. Cartersville with an opportunity to get the football right here. It is an end-over-end kick, and Cody Nix will field it at the 25, and you've got to throw a penalty flag on the late hit that time. You've got to be kidding me.
Are you kidding me?
Bring out the flag.
Are you kidding me? What is that guy looking at? Scott, I don't care if it's a fair catch or not. He's on his knees with the football. I mean, that's a flag. It's a late hit.
Yeah, now there's a penalty flag on the
field. He's down on his knee, and he gets killed.
Now they're gonna mark it off 15. Now the flag was out.
I don't know.
They didn't call that one.
Well, Scott, I don't know what the delay is. You don't have to call a fair catch. He was on the knee. He took a knee. He's down for at least a second and a half and gets hit.
It's going to be 15 yards, and it's going to give the Hurricanes relatively good field position.
You can see he's down a good second and a half, and that's an extremely late hit.
That's the kind of hit where you can take a player out of the game for. Gerard Tarrant goes helmet to helmet with a player on the ground. Hurricanes will come out of the shotgun. Allen, hands off right up the middle to Alexander, who breaks his way across the 40, gets loose at midfield. He's at the 40, the 30. Morgan at the 20 and down at the 15-yard line, and the Hurricanes are knocking on the door.
Scott, here we go. We're involved in the up-and-down game now. Cartersville trying to come back and answer that last drive. Great job again of running the football by Morgan Alexander. And that's one thing Cartersville does not need to do. We don't need to totally abandon the running game. Good job of blocking by the offensive line. And there's Alexander trying to make a play right there. Tarrant saving the touchdown on that play.
Well, the Hurricanes will work from the Trojan 15-yard line. Lyle Allen will come out of the shotgun. One back in the backfield is Donovan Tate. Now the Hurricanes pull off and call the audible at the line. We got twins to the right side of the formation. This time out of the shotgun goes Allen. He drops back, looks over the middle, throws one toward the end zone, and coming back for it is Tremble. Touchdown! And the Hurricanes put 6 on the board. And just like that, it's a 10-point game again with 3:16 to play here in the second quarter. And the Hurricane Arsenal is getting it going.
Cartersville on about a 15-second drive. Scott, I think that drive covered about 19 seconds on that drive. And just like that, Cartersville's back on the board again.
What a play offensively that time as Tremble comes up for it. We've talked about it all year, the improvements he's made in the offseason to make himself a better player, and he comes away with a great catch right there as he leaps up for it. He was definitely giving away size, and he comes away with the touchdown. The snap is down. The Hurricanes will run it. Cody Nix coming toward the goal line. He's going to dive for it, and he's going to be just short as the Hurricanes fake the extra point. They still trail it by 10, though, with 3:16 to play here in the second quarter, and the Hurricanes go for 2. I think that was a good call, though, try to fake it in.
Well, Cody Nix got a high snap on that play, Scott. I thought he had a chance to get it down. I thought Trent Dittmer might be able to kick that ball. It was a high snap, but that's his judgment. That's a judgment call for Cody Nix. Didn't think he could get it down in time, so he pulled it down and tried to get in.
Well, we'll take a quick break and come back. 3:16 to play here, second quarter. It's now Carrollton 30, Cartersville 20. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week. I'm Scott Singer along with Donald Rucker. 30-20, your score, 3:16 to play here in the second quarter. And the Hurricanes get it done as this time Lyle Allen goes deep to Jeremy Tremble. It'll be a little end-over-end kick down the middle of the field. The Trojans let it go back to the 5. They'll turn up and try to run it up the middle of the field. Now they've got a lane and running for daylight. Now we got a penalty flag out. We'll have a block in the back, and that one will come back. And going the distance that time for the Trojans will be number 3, Jason Dothard, and he's going to fall into the end zone, but it will come back. We're going to have a block in the back at the 14-yard line.
Scott, I don't see how you don't get that covered. That was a great kick by Trent Dittmer. He picked the ball up on the 2-yard line, and Cartersville not able to make the tackle. Great kick, but you got to play special teams. But we see why he got so wide open. Holding call on Carrollton, and that flag was thrown early.
So that'll bring them back. The penalty is from the 14-yard line. It'll go half the distance to the goal. It'll put Carrollton on the 7 in their worst field position of the game so far with 3:02 to play here in the first half.
And hopefully the Cartersville defense can hold them here with 3:02 to go. You can't let them get points again when Carrollton is going to receive a kickoff to open the second half. We think Carrollton has a punter, but we haven't seen him yet. Picks that football up on the 1-yard line right there. Not sure where that – well, there's a hole. There's a takedown. Right John Jansen was taken down. If it was wrestling, Carrollton get 2 points for that one.
Well, the Trojans will bring it up to the line. They will work from their own 7. Oak sends it back in motion, and this time they run to Mabry around the right end. He's going to get hit and then dropped back at the 5-yard line. A plethora of purple jerseys knock him down, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Cartersville has got the tackle. Tackle. You see 1 or 2 guys missing on the first tackle, but you got to tackle these back. Scott, what you're also seeing, though, in this game, I think you're seeing a little fatigue on Mabry and some of these guys that are also playing in the secondary. They're playing man-to-man and having to cover the Cartersville wideouts. So the receivers are starting to get open now. It's going to be interesting in the second half to see if they can continue to play man-to-man against the receivers and run the football at the same time on offense.
Trojans bring it up to the line. Folks will go under center. They'll bunch the wide receivers in tight. This time he's going to send it back in motion. They give it to him, looking around the left end, and I believe that's John Jansen. No.
That's Luke Pye, number 48.
Comes up for the tackle, and it'll bring up 3rd and long now for the Trojans. And with 2:02 to play here in the second quarter, the Hurricanes will call for timeout. They'll talk it over defensively. A big stop coming up here. The Trojans will go get a new play, and we'll take a break. 2:01 to play here first half. It's Carrollton 30, Cartersville 20. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. A huge play defensively coming up for the purple and gold. It'll be 3rd and 10. They'll work from the 7-yard line. Folks will bring them up to the line. They're going to bunch. Actually, they'll come out of the wing tee. Torrant split wide to the right side of the formation. They send it back in motion. Folks drops back in the end zone. Running, Steps up, we got a holding that wasn't called, and the Hurricanes will tackle him across the 10 at the 12-yard line, and the Trojans are backed up deep. It'll be 4th down, and they're going to be forced to punt, and the Hurricanes should get the football with a little over a minute to go here in the first half.
And Scott, it looks like Cartersville's going to get this football back, but about a minute, 10, 15 seconds, and they don't need a lot of time.
They're going to call for a timeout as well. The Hurricanes will burn, I believe that's their final timeout here with 1:39 to play here in the first half. And we'll take a quick break as well. 30-20 your score. Carrollton on top of this one. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Chuck Clancy Automotive High School Football Game of the Week. And welcome back. You're watching the High School Football Game of the Week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. 1:39 to play here in the first half. The Hurricanes are about to get the football. Donovan Tate will stand back at his own 47-yard line. Trojans will send in number 42, John Dugan, to kick it away. First time we've seen him tonight. Snap is back at his end zone, and Dugan gets a hold of it. It'll take a bounce, and Tate will pick it up at the 45, breaks one tackler, and gets down to the 41-yard line. Gets 6 extra yards for the Canes, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10.
Yeah, good job of Donovan Tate. Dangerous play, but if he does not field that football, not only will they lose field position, they're going to lose a little clock on that play. Tate coming up a little limp on that play. I think he's going to be okay. They're checking him out on the sideline. But Cartersville has excellent field position, 1st and 10, starting this drive at the Carrollton 41-yard line.
Donovan being looked at by the trainers, just might have had a little stinger or something. Seems to be all right. Hurricanes will break the huddle and bring it up to the line. They're going to bring trips to the left side of the formation. That's Tremble, Young, and Alexander. This time out of the shotgun. Actually, Alexander in the backfield. They hand off to him around the left end. He's across the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. A pickup of 12, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks.
Yeah, Cartersville does not need a lot of time to get points on the board. Great call. They still got time, can run the football, but 17 making the moves, and just a quick burst up the middle to pick up that 1st down.
Hurricanes with the football. They'll work out of the shotgun. They'll go trips to the left side of the formation. Allen out of the shotgun, drops back to pass, has some time, looks over the top, puts it in the air. Clyburn's going to come back to the football, and it's incomplete. Good job that time. Clyburn almost a defensive back at that point, is threw into double coverage.
That was a dangerous play. Carrollton had the safety, number 4, Tarrant, come over the top and had a chance to intercept that football, but 25 Clyburn, as you stated, Scott, was really defensive back on that play. Used his 6'6" frame to go up and knock that ball down and almost grabbed that ball, almost pulled it in.
1:11 to play here in the first half. 30-20 your score. Carrollton on top of this one, and the Hurricanes trying to get something before the break. Cartersville with the football will come out of the shotgun. Again, they're going to run trips to the left side of the formation. Out of the shotgun goes Allen. He drops back to pass. They're trying to set up the screen. Allen going to run for it. Allen's going to take off. He tucks it across the 25, the 20, at the 15, the 10, the 5, and Allen's into the end zone for 6. And the Hurricanes have added 6 on the board. It's 30-26, 59 seconds to play here first half, and we got ourselves a ball game at Weinman Stadium.
And that's what big-time football players do in big-time football games. The senior, number 14, Lyle Allen, taking the punt himself. I don't know how he did it. He had 5 Trojans in his face. They tried to run the screen. Allen ran through about 4 defenders and got into the end zone. Folks, it's going to be a barn burner from here on out.
30-26 your score. They'll line up for the extra point. Trent Dittmer comes in to try to make it a 3-point game. The snap is down. The kick is up and on the way. It's good. It's 30-27. We'll take a quick break and come back. 59 seconds to play here in the first half. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week. And if you just left, if you thought this was over, down 23-0, we got ourselves a ball game. It's a 3-point game now, 30-27. Carrollton with the lead, and they're about to get the football back for a minute here. And the Trojans may take a knee if they don't.
Cartersville's hot right now. You don't want their offense back on the field. So you're right, Scott. They may run a couple of plays and take it in for the half.
Trent Dittmer gets his foot under this one. It is a high floating kick, and they will signal for the fair catch at the 10-yard line. And that's where the Trojans will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a surprising call there, but Carrollton just, as you stated, Scott, I think they're ready to just take it in for the half and let's go in with a 3-point lead. It was huge for the Cartersville defense. They got a stop, the first stop of the night. They didn't let Carrollton out of the hole. They gained field position on that play. And as we stated, they don't need long. They don't need a lot of time to get points on the board.
Well, Carrollton's going to start at their own 10-yard line. 58 seconds to play here in the first half. And Cartersville has no timeouts remaining, so hopefully there's an opportunity here for Carrollton to get something going. Carrollton now leading at 30-27 with just 58 seconds to play here in the first half, and the Trojans will run it right up the middle. And that should, well, they might run one more play here to end the first half.
Scott, and I think that's dangerous. Backed up in your own territory, you reverse out and hand off that football. You got a chance right there for a bad exchange from Carrollton. I'm just taking a knee on this play. I would risk an exchange and getting a turnover and giving Cartersville an opportunity to get the football again.
So the Trojans will let that clock run down to 27 seconds. They will step up. They'll pitch it around the right end, and the Hurricanes back in a prevent will wrestle them down at the 30. The clock will run under 10 seconds to play. The clock will stop while they reset the chains. We got a penalty flag on the far side of the field.
Yeah, they're going to bring this one back.
Holding against the Trojans. And, Coach, this kind of reminds me. Now, we got a whole nother half to play, but this reminds me a lot of a game we watched over in Gwinnett County a couple years ago where the Canes were in big trouble early. But then a lot of guys going both ways, and you start to see a different style offense than you're used to covering. And I can tell the Trojans are a little tired right now.
Scott, particularly with Lyman. Lyman have a difficult time of going 4 quarters both ways. But what we're seeing in this game, this is tough on the defensive backs because they play offense. They play receiver, they play running back, and they're playing man-to-man on defense, and they're having to chase around those Cartersville wideouts.
And that will do it for the first half of play. Cartersville trailing 30-27, and the home faithful are on their feet. You may be asking why. At one point, they were down by 23 points in this game, and the Hurricane offense has come back on the field.
Yeah,
they're going to call the teams back on the field.
Yeah, we had a flag on the play, and it cannot end in an offensive penalty. You can't end the half, either half, first half or second half, with an offensive penalty. So Carrollton's going to have to run a play. Because Cartersville accepted the penalty.
Right.
So they've got to run a play.
I hope that's all the Trojans do is get on a knee right here, because you wouldn't want them to try anything.
Scott,
as crazy as this game has been with some of the plays we've seen.
I don't think it's very smart to try anything. I'm surprised that they're tossing back and running the sweep or handing off. I mean, I just think that's dangerous right here. I want them to toss one back and fumble one.
An opportunity here to take a knee for the Trojans. One final play with no time on the clock, and that will do it. And we will head to the locker room. Carrollton leading at 30-27, but momentum has shifted on this side of the field. And for many people who might have thought the Canes were out of this one, now they have come back, and we'll head down to the field. Our own Alan Kinsley as Cartersville head coach Frank Barden. Alan, what do you have for us?
Well, Coach, kind of a rough start of the game, but now the momentum seemed to be shifting. How do you keep your players up over halftime?
Well, I mean, it's been like this 3 years in a row. We gave them an early touchdown, fumble. They pick up a fumble and run it around the end for a touchdown. And, it's a crazy game. You just got to keep battling and playing hard. That's what our kids have done all year, and I don't expect anything different.
All right, great. Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Guys, back up to you.
Thanks a lot, Alan. And there you have it from Cartersville head coach Frank Barden. And again, I mean, what an amazing half of football we've seen. We've got 24 minutes left. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the United Community Bank halftime show, an extra special halftime show tonight. We're going to show you the Carrollton Band, because they are one of the more special bands in the state of Georgia. You can see almost 300 pieces out on the field right now. So enjoy the listenings of the pride of the city of Carrollton, the Trojan Marching Band, and then you'll see the pride of the city of Cartersville, the Hurricane Marching Band, right after that. Again, you're watching the Chuck Clancy Automotive High School Football Game of the Week. welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. I'm Scott Singer along with Donald Rucker, as tonight we're here at Weinman Stadium for the Region 6 AAA Championship. And what a first half we saw, Coach. Carrollton grabs a couple breaks, gets a turnover on the opening kickoff, takes a busted play in for a 56-yard touchdown run. All of a sudden they're up 23-0. This game looks like it's all over. Looks like Carrollton's going to walk away with the region title, but not so fast, my friend. As Lee Corso would say, the Hurricanes come back, put on some points on the board, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves a ball game here at Weinman Stadium as the Hurricanes score 4 touchdowns on 4 consecutive drives. It's now a 30-27 game at the break.
Yeah, Carrollton up 23-0. Cartersville comes back to answer, and over that stretch they outscored Carrollton 27-7. So, Scott, this opening kickoff and this opening drive is going to tell a lot, I think, about the rest of this football game. Carrollton looked a little fatigued, particularly the secondary towards the end of the second quarter. So, again, it's almost like 0-0 now, but the defense really needs to get 2 or 3 stops here.
A little quick kick right over the middle of the field, bounces. The Trojans pick it up at the 27-yard line, and that's where Carrollton will take over 1st and 10, and that was a pretty good kick on special teams. It goes right over the middle, gives Carrollton something to worry about, and now the Trojans start with their first possession of the second half, and they'll work from their own 27-yard line.
Number 6, Trent Dittmer, the magician, just a magician with his feet. Nice kickoff on that one. Carrollton will start on the 27. You don't want to get the ball deep to their speed guys and giving them a lot of grass to operate with. So Carrollton will start 1st and 10 at the Carrollton 27-yard line.
Trojans go under center, and this time they pitch it out to Kendall, who's looking for the corner. He'll step up and get across the 30 out to the 35-yard line and push his way to the first down. A 10-yard pickup on first down, and just like that, the Trojans will move the sticks. So a good start for Carrollton here in the second half.
Tackle, tackle, tackle. Cartersville has got the tackle. You see a lot of yards after contact with the Carrollton running backs. It's going to be important for that first guy to break down and make the tackle. They get 10 yards on the play, about 11 on the play. 1st and 10 from the Cartersville, from the, Carrollton 38-yard line.
Well, the Trojans will bring it up to the line. They're going to work out of the wing tee. Folks will go under center. It's going to send Mabry in motion. He gives it to him around the right end, and Mabry's looking for the corner, and the Hurricanes will meet him after a short gain. It'll bring up 2nd and about 7 now for the Trojans.
And again, another missed tackle at the line of scrimmage. Mabry making a cutback, made a linebacker miss, cut it up for about 4 yards on that play. Long 3, but again, that first guy has a difficult time pulling down those Carrollton running backs.
Trojans quickly up on the ball, 3rd and 7 the call. They'll work from their own 42-yard line, just inside 11 minutes to play here, 3rd quarter, 30-27 your score. Trojans with the football. They'll send Mabry in motion. They fake it to him and hand off to Kendall up the middle, who gets hit and dropped after a short gain. It'll be 3rd and about 5 now for the Trojans offensively.
Good job by the Cartersville defense on that play. They fake the Mabry as if he's going to run that speed sweep, and they give to the second guy, run the power play. Now, Carrollton likes to be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches. This is almost like long yardage for the Carrollton offense. It's a play where they could run the ball or they may try to throw the football, but this is like a long yardage play for this offense.
Carrollton brings it up to the line. They're going to work out of the wing tee. Folks goes under center, and this time they pitch it out to Kendall, who tries to get around the right end. He's going to push his way for the first down. He'll get right up to the midfield stripe, and a big play offensively for Carrollton as Kendall picks up 6 on the carry.
Kendall ran extremely hard on that play. Really got hit about a yard shy of the first down, but was able to spin and pick up additional yardage to get the first down. Cartersville bunched up at the line of scrimmage, and they just toss it outside and get leverage to the outside to pick up the first down.
1st and 10 the calls. The Trojans will break the line and bring it up, or break the huddle rather, and bring it up to the line. 1st and 10 the call, just inside the midfield stripe. Gerard Tarrant split wide to the left side of the formation. The Trojans just run it right up the middle. They'll pick up 2 on first down, brings up 2nd and 8.
And I think Carrollton is going to be content right here with just running the football, trying to keep the Cartersville offense on the sideline. They have not stopped Cartersville in a while. Since that second quarter, Cartersville just up and down the field. They want to keep that offense on the sideline. Try to exercise a little ball control right here, run the clock, and shorten this football game.
2nd and 8 the calls. The Trojans bring it up to the line. They'll work from the Hurricane 48-yard line. Just outside the 48. 9:13 to play here, 3rd quarter. Folks goes under center, and this time he pitches it off to around the right end, and trying to get somewhere that time was Kendall. He'll gain a couple. It'll bring up 3rd and about 7 now.
Yeah, and on that tackle, it's number 44, Zori Murphy. A big 3rd down again, and Cartersville's got a hole right here on 3rd down. Get your offense an opportunity to get on the field. 3rd down, and Scott, similar to the last 3rd down, it's about 6 instead of 5, but Cartersville needing a stop right here.
The Trojans bring it up to the line. They'll work out of the wing tee again as Folks goes under center. This time he's going to send a back in motion, and he drops back under play action, rolling out. Folks throws over the middle, and the ball is incomplete. That time intended for Jared Tarrant, and the Hurricanes have now forced a 4th down, and the Trojans have to make a decision in Cartersville territory, and it looks like the punt team's coming on the field.
Hey, that was a good route by Tarrant, good pass, also by Folks, but a better play by number 7, Byron Hall, to break it up. Big-time play by Byron Hall, the cornerback for Cartersville, to break up that pass at a crucial time for the Cartersville defense.
Folks just lets it loose across the middle, and Tarrant was there, but
Hey,
great
that's a great
stop.
play by Byron Hall.
Byron Hall just got his fist in there and knocked it away. So Carrollton kicking from their own 40. Snap gets up, a high floating kick. Donovan Tate will signal for the fair catch at the 15, and that's where the Hurricanes will take over 1st and 10, but they have now forced Carrollton to punt in their last 2 true possessions. The other one finished out the half, and so after the Trojans go field goal, touchdown, 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 now it's punt, and 2 big stops for the Hurricanes. Of course, the Canes have scored on their last 4 possessions, all touchdowns, and now they got to go 85 yards to take the lead here in the 3rd quarter. 8:18 to play here in the 3rd, and the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line.
Yeah, Cartersville gets a stop. They're in terrible field position here, starting on the 15, but it's got to be encouraging for the defense to get a stop right there.
Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. They will work out of the shotgun. This time they'll go 4 wide receivers, trips to the right side of the formation. Allen out of the shotgun, drops back, throws to the flat, has a receiver in Young, and he'll push it across the 20 out to about the 23-yard line. A pickup of almost 8 yards on 1st down, and the Hurricanes will face 2nd and short. The clock runs almost to 8 minutes now.
And Coach Barton is going to keep the heat and the pressure on the secondary at Carrollton. They went to a zone then. As you can see, Doug Young catching the pass. Nice pass by Allen again. But Carrollton running a little zone. They're going back man-to-man right here. But you got to keep the pressure on those defensive backs, force them to run and chase those wideouts.
Allen out of the shotgun, drops back, and this time keeps it himself on a run up the middle. He's got the 1st down. He's across the 30, and he's going to run out of bounds at the 35, and the Hurricanes, with a pickup of 12, will move the sticks on 2nd down. Clock stops with 7.5 minutes to play here, 3rd quarter, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks.
Cartersville has a huge advantage right there with a quarterback as mobile as Lyle Allen. When you're playing the man-to-man and the secondary is chasing the wideouts, if he can break the second defense right there, gets past that 2nd level and get into the secondary, he can make big plays. 1st down Cartersville at the Cartersville 34-yard line.
Play clock now runs. Actually, the game clock will stop. The play clock will now run as they get the ball set. 1st and 10 the call. Out of the shotgun goes Allen. He drops back to pass. Here comes a blitz right up the middle. Allen will dodge him. He'll turn upfield. Now he throws it deep, has a receiver, and the ball is incomplete. That time just overthrew Tremble on the run. And actually, if Lyle had taken it, he could have run for a couple that time.
Yeah, Lyle Allen had some room outside. Probably could have picked up a 1st down. We've seen him do that before, make a decision to throw the football. He and Tremble not quite on the same page. He was looking for Tremble to break that route more out towards the sideline, and Tremble could not catch up to that ball. But Carrollton got good pressure on Allen, forced him out of the pocket.
Lyle Allen out of the shotgun. He's going to go trips to the left side of the formation, drops back to pass. Carrollton bringing the pressure. Lyle's going to roll out, in trouble, throws it back to the backside of the field, has a receiver, and it's incomplete at the midfield stripe. And Hurricanes almost with a play there. Ball intended for R.B. Clyburn.
Yeah, Clyburn had a chance, but that ball got knocked loose by 16. That's Rashard Brisky, and you got to give him credit. Made a good play. He had his hands on the ball, but a good play by the defensive back to break it up. And 3rd down and 10 here for Cartersville. As you can see, Allen scrambling on that play, trying to find a man open on that play, and that ball was broken up.
Good job defensively by the Trojans that time. Allen now changing the play at the line. Out of the shotgun goes Allen. Drops back to pass, has some time, looks down the middle of the field, throws it up deep. Clyburn's going to come back for it, and he comes away with the catch, but they're going to say he was out of bounds. And that'll bring up 4th down, and now the Hurricanes are going to be forced to punt this one away.
Clyburn getting up slow. That's a hard surface there on the sideline. He did come down with that pass, but he was out of bounds. When you got a defensive back that's trailing a wide out, you want to throw that ball just a little behind to get that wide out a chance to make the adjustment on the ball, but it was just a little too far towards the sideline. You see that foot come down. Looks like it's out of bounds. We couldn't tell, but it was close.
It's very close. Dittmer gets the snap, puts a kick into this one, sends it past Turan. He fumbles the football down on the 20. The Hurricane coverage team will wrestle him back at the 9, and he's dropped at the 7-yard line, and the Hurricanes have grabbed a piece of mohair. Great play on special teams that time, and I tell you what, Tarrant has come back a couple times. He's reversed his field on kicks and has cost his team some yardage, and he does it right there, and now the Hurricanes have him backed up deep, but they're going to have to play some defense against this Carrollton offensive line.
He fumbled that football, and there he is, number 7 again on special teams, Byron Hall making a big play, and Trent Dittmer just changed field position with that punt, and Tarrant making a poor decision, trying to reverse field and giving ground. Byron Hall making the tackle at the Carrollton 8-yard line, and Carrollton now starting in a hole.
Carrollton will bring it up to the line now. They're waiting on the play, I guess.
We got some discussion going on with the officials here. Not sure what the discussion is.
I don't know if they're discussing the spot or what, but they've already spotted the ball. Coach Teague not happy with the spot, I guess, but there's no instant replay here in high school football. If there was, we'd have a whole different game here.
As it stands, the ball will remain at the 8-yard line, but Tarrant gave up a lot of ground, gave up a lot of yardage on that play.
Trojans bring it up to the line. They'll work out of that Delaware set as this time Folks goes under center, and this time pitches it off to Mabry around the right end looking for the corner, and Mabry's hit just across the 10-yard line out to about the 11. Might have gained 3 on first down, brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, they just run that power sweep again. 11, John Jansen making the tackle, but giving up too much yardage on first down. Mabry picking up 4 yards on that play, be 2nd down and 6 for Carrollton first down.
Trojans bring it up to the line. They will work out of the wing tee. This time they send Mabry into the A-back position on the left side of the formation. They pitch it off to Kendall right up the middle, and he's hit and dropped after a short gain. Actually, he's going to pick up a couple on the extra effort and get very near the first down. It'll bring up, I think he might have gotten the first down. We'll see where the spot is. That's over on the far side of the field. Hard to tell from this vantage point.
Yeah, he got hit by a man after 2 yards, but again, Cartersville not doing a good job of wrapping up and tackling. They're going to give him a first down, but tackling is important. You got to make the play.
All right, we're going to take hold on, we'll wait for this play, and then we'll head down to the sidelines. Trojans will bring it up to the line. They'll work out of that Delaware set. They pitch it to Mabry around the right end. He's looking for the corner, and he's going to get hit and dropped. Very little gain on the play, and we'll head to the sidelines. What do you have for us, Alan?
Well, guys, as you can expect, a big rivalry game with playoff implications and seeding and all that. That last stoppage in play back there when the referees called the time, they said that there had been some chit-chatting between the two teams, and so they stopped the clock to tell the teams just to calm it down a little bit. So, as you can expect, emotions are running high in a close game. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Alan, and there you have it. So that's what the delay was, Coach. So thanks for bringing us that information. And now 2 backs in the backfield out of that Delaware set. They'll bring the wing now and in motion, and they hand off right up the middle, and a great break that time for Kendall, who spins off a couple would-be tacklers and gets up to the 39-yard line, and the Trojans will move the sticks.
Yeah, Carrollton kind of set that play up very nicely. It's been sweep, 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 and then they come back with number 25. That's Wes Dothard on that play. It might be his first carry of the night coming in for Kendall, but it's been sweep, 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 and then they hit Cartersville with the little isolation play on the weak side.
Kendall checking back into the game now for the Trojans. And they, as you said, that's one of the first touches that Dothard's had all game. Now they'll bring it back up out of the wing tee. Tarrant split wide to the left side of the formation. Keep your eyes on him. Being guarded by Byron Hall. They'll drop back under play action. They send Tarrant deep. They throw the ball up, and the ball is in the air and incomplete. That time intended for number 3, Jason Dothard. And it's an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a dangerous pass by Folks on that play. He had pressure in his face by number 48, Luke Pye. 7, Byron Hall almost had an opportunity to pick that pass off. It kind of floated up there, but again, good job by 48, Luke Pye, to bring the pressure.
Trojans will bring it up to the line. It'll be 2nd and 10, the call. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Carrollton leading it 30-27. If you're just joining us, the Hurricanes trail 27-0. Now Carrollton goes inside on a crisscross play right up the middle, and the Hurricanes will stop it after a short gain. Brings up 2nd and 5, or rather 3rd and 5 now with 4:27 to play here third quarter. Again, it's now Carrollton 30, Cartersville 27.
And that was a big tackle by number 45, Leon Payne. As you can see, Mabry trying to cut back, breaking tackles. Payne saving the tackles because Mabry is about to get a big run out of that play. 3rd down and 5. The Cartersville defense facing another big 3rd down with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. Defensively trying to stop the Trojans. This time they're going to pitch it off to Tarrant, looking for the right side. He's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield, and a penalty flag comes out late. It'll be 4th down, and the Hurricanes have stopped them. We'll see what the call is.
I think we're going to get a hold over there on Carrollton, and what do? Do you take the penalty or decline?
I think you're going to decline this and make them punt, and a great stop defensively by the Canes. In a 3-point game, you know the Trojans are going to kick it away. We'll take a look at it right here, see if we can see it on the instant replay. Brought to you by United Community Bank tonight, and hard to see where it was. Maybe it was on
I thought
Daniel
it might
Gil-
have been on Tarrant. Might have been holding on that play.
So the Trojans will bring their kick team onto the field. 4th and 5 the call, and back deep to receive for the Hurricanes is Donovan Tate. He'll be standing at his own 25-yard line. 3:49 to play here third quarter.
He's got all those points there in the second quarter, and we got 3:41 to go here in the third quarter, and no points all of a sudden.
Well, the Trojans set to kick this one away. They'll kick it back to their punter, and he'll get a hold of this one, a high floating kick. Donovan Tate will field for the fair catch in traffic at the 32, and that's where the Hurricanes will take over 1st and 10. So again, a great effort defensively by the Canes, forces the Trojans to punt, and now the Hurricane offense will get a crack at it.
And give Coach Chester and the defensive staff of Cartersville a lot of credit. That defense has come out the second half, made some adjustments, done a much better job because, Scott, it looked like the defense was just, stuck in the mud. They couldn't stop Carrollton, couldn't figure out what was going on, and now we get 2 stops right here. And, boy, what would it do for this football team for Cartersville to put 7 points on the board and take the lead right now?
Well, the Hurricanes will get an opportunity. Allen out of the shotgun, drops back to pass, has a little bit of time, looks downfield, throws it up, has a receiver, and that ball is going to be incomplete as he overthrows everybody, intended for Jeremy Trimble, but it was about 10 yards past him down the field. And luckily, Carrollton was in man and nobody back there to pick that one off.
It looked like he was just throwing that ball away. I don't think he had anybody really open in this play, but again, don't totally abandon the run if you're Cartersville. You still have number 17, Morgan Alexander, back there, so don't totally abandon the run. He can make a big play for you with his feet.
Donovan lined up in the slot. They'll send him in motion, and this time Allen drops back, feeds him in the flat, and Donovan's got some room to run. He's outside at the 40 and out to the 43-yard line, a pickup of almost 9 yards on second down, and the Hurricanes will face a 3rd and short.
Something you don't see very often. Cartersville goes under center. They bring 32, Donovan Tate in motion, hit him in the flats. Again, Donovan Tate comes up a little gimpy again after that play, but it's going to be 3rd down and very short for Cartersville 1st down.
Donovan Tate with 2 catches tonight for 42 yards, and the Hurricanes will come out of the shotgun. They'll go trips to the left side of the formation. This time, Allen runs it himself right up the middle. He's got the 1st down and more across the midfield stripe down to the Carrollton 39-yard line, and the Hurricanes are going to move the sticks. What an effort offensively by Lyle Allen. He picks up 18 yards on 3rd down, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks.
Scott in the running game right now because of the man-to-man coverage that Carrollton is running. The guy that's unaccounted for right now by Carrollton is number 14, Lyle Allen, in the running game. He's got opportunities to make big plays because they are not accounting for him when they go man-to-man.
Trips to the left side of the formation. R.B. Clyburn goes to the right, 1 back in the backfield. That's Morgan Alexander. The Hurricanes will come out of the shotgun. Now they're going to change the play at the line. Audible time for the Canes as the Trojans show blitz. Out of the shotgun comes Allen. He drops back to pass, under pressure, throws it over the middle, has Clyburn down at the 20, and the Hurricanes are in the red zone. What a play, 22 yards on the pitch and catch, and the Hurricanes are knocking on the door.
Yeah, Scott, and I'm looking now, Carrollton really just scrambling to try to find something to slow Cartersville down in the passing game. In the trips formation, they only lining 2 guys up out there. You can just flip it out there right now to number 13 Nix, or throw it to Trimble out in the flats because they're not covering all those guys right now. They're making it look like man, but they're playing zone with 2 guys over there.
Now they'll bring 3 defensive backs to the right side of the formation. The Hurricanes throw it out in the flat. They've got a receiver, and the ball is on the ground. It's going to be an incomplete pass.
And Scott, Coach Barton saw the same thing, that Carrollton was not accounting for those 3 guys out there. They threw it out there to Doug Young. Had he caught that ball, he could have picked up 5 or 6 yards on that play. They're starting to back off a little and give the Cartersville receiver some room. You can see right there, he's going to get yardage right here on that play if he catches football. The ball was a little high, but he's going to pick up 5 to 6 yards on that play.
Well, the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. 1:47 to play here, 3rd quarter, 30-27 your score. Carrollton on top of this one. Cartersville looking for an opportunity.
Cards are taking a lot of time to get this play.
Out of the shotgun comes Allen. He drops back under some pressure. Now he's going to turn it and run. Allen's got some room, steps up, throws it toward the goal line, and the ball is incomplete. And again, that was an opportunity where Lyle could have just run the football.
Yeah, he threw that ball through a laser to 13 Nix. It was thrown behind him, but Scott had he made up his mind early to run the ball, he had room. Now again, you got 3rd and 10. Cartersville has gotten some big plays against the Carrollton defense with 14 Allen keeping the ball. They're going to go quads to the left, 4 receivers to the left, no back set, and 1 receiver Clyburn to the right.
Allen coming out of the shotgun. That diamond set to the left side of the formation. You got a mismatch over there. Allen's going to keep it himself, and he's going to run right up the middle, and we got penalty flags on the field, and we'll see what the call is, and that's going to be huge right there, and Lyle Allen slow to get up.
Allen with a ankle problems, trying to walk it off. So they're going to flag Cartersville here.
It's going to be a chop block below the waist. Interesting decision here because if you're Carrollton, you give the Cartersville offense another play.
Carrollton trying to make a decision. No indication yet by the coaching staff of Carrollton. They're going to decline that penalty. They're saying decline it.
So it sets up Cartersville for a field goal that could tie it from, this would be,
Well, the ball's spotted on the about the 18-yard line, so it would be about a 35-yard field goal if they tried to kick it.
The Canes are going to bring them up to the line. 4th and 10 the call. Lyle Allen going under center. Hurricanes look like they're going to go for it. This time they're going to pitch it out quickly to Alexander. He drops back to pass, throws it up, and Allen coming back for the football, and it's incomplete, and it'll be the Trojans' ball right there. Again, Coach Barton electing not to kick the field goal from that range.
Scott, I tell you why that's a tough play. You toss it to Morgan Alexander, running sweep left. He's right-handed, and he has to stop and try to throw back to the right side. Tough pass to complete for a running back to throw back to the quarterback when he's sprinting to the left and having to throw back to the right.
So the Hurricanes turn it over on downs. But the Trojans start at their own 19-yard line, and now we're back to where we were, 1:26 to play here, third quarter. Carrollton with the football at their own 19. Trojans bring it up the line. They'll run out of the wing tee. They're going to send it back in motion, and this time they hand off right up the middle to Kendall, who gets right back to the 20, maybe a gain of 1.5 on the play. It'll bring up second and long.
Scott, I kind of jokingly mentioned at halftime to somebody up here in the booth, we had all those points in the first half. What if the game finishes 30-27? There's no score the second half, and no one is threatened here in the second half. With a minute to go in the third quarter, it's still Carrollton 30 and Cartersville 27.
Well, the Trojans will bring it up to the line. They're going to work with two backs in the backfield, and that Delaware set wing to the right side of the formation. Now they send him in motion, and this time they hand off to the fullback up the middle, who gets loose out to the 30, steps, breaks the tackle at the 35, still on his feet at the 40, and is going to be wrestled down at the 48-yard line, and the Trojans come up with a huge play, a 28-yard run right up the middle.
Yeah, just too many missed tackles again. That play should have been stopped for a 5- or 6-yard gain, but too many missed tackles by Cartersville. They brought the linebacker, number 11, John Jansen, up on the line of scrimmage, and they ran the football right where Jansen would have been in his normal linebacker position. Good call by the Carrollton offense.
Well, the Trojans bring a play in from the sidelines. They'll spot it just shy of the 48. We'll call it the 47 as we get it inside a minute here, third quarter. Trojans with the football. They'll bring it up to the line. They're going to run with that Delaware set wing to the left side of the formation. Wide receiver to the right. Now they're going to send it back in motion. This time they hand off on the delay to Kendall up the middle, and he's hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, so the Hurricanes hold tough on first down.
35, that's Trey Ball, the first man there to make the tackle, and that's going to take care of the third quarter, the only quarter where we don't get any points.
We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. We'll take a quick break and come back right after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. 12 minutes to go in the game, 30-27 your score. Trojans with the football. They'll face 2nd and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Scott, it's going to come down to, again, the mistakes and turnovers. Cartersville looking for a break right here. Who's going to make the mistake? Who's going to make the turnover? Who's going to make that crucial penalty?
Out of the wing tee. Trojans up at the line, and this time Folks pitches it off around the right end of Mabry, who's going to dodge some would-be tacklers, and the Hurricanes meet him right at the line of scrimmage. Very little gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and long, and another big play for the Trojan offense coming up right here.
Yeah, they ran unbalanced and got a lot of people to the right side and tried to run the sweep. Number 1, Aki, the first one to make the tackle, but you had some Cartersville defenders that came up and took on those blocks. You got to take them on quick and try to make a pile back there in the line of scrimmage. There's number 8 coming up. The first one up was number 8, Blackwell, to take it on, but you want to try to squeeze it if you can.
Well, the Trojans will bring it up to the line, 3rd and 8 to call. They'll work from their own 49-yard line out of the wing tee. Folks will go under center, look for the play action here as he sends Mabry in motion. He drops back to pass under some pressure, rolls out, steps inside, throws it, and the ball is caught upfield at the 34-yard line. And no flags in the backfield. That'll be good for a first down, and the Trojans will move the sticks.
Scott, I really like the way Tarrant comes back to the football. He ran a deep route, came back, and Folks threw a pass where no one else could catch that ball but Tarrant. Cartersville had problems right there because Folks was able to get outside of contains. You can see him, Scott, that was very close to being an illegal forward pass. He almost, in fact, he may have crossed the line of scrimmage on that pass.
Trojans bring it up to the line. They'll work out of that Delaware set. 2 backs in the backfield, Kendall and Mabry. And this time they're going to hand off to Mabry around the left end. He's looking for the corner, and he's going to be tripped up just across the 30-yard line. Call it the 29, a gain of 4 on first down, brings up 2nd and 6 now with 10:35 to play here in the contest.
Yeah, you got to try to keep Carrollton out of the end zone right here. Cartersville does not need to allow Carrollton to get 7 points here. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for Carrollton, first down.
After a 4-yard gain for the Trojans, they'll bring it up the line. As he said, 2nd and 6 the call. They'll work from the Hurricane 30. Folks goes under center, out of the wing tee. This time he's going to send it back in motion. They run a crisscross underneath the Mabry, and the Hurricanes come up to meet him, but he gets through the first wave of tacklers, gets across the 20 down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 14, but there is a penalty flag in the backfield, and we'll see what the call is. That could be coming back.
Yeah, that would come back. Again, Scott, a lot of missed tackles by the 2nd and 3rd level of the Cartersville defense. You got to tackle. And we talked about the turnovers, talked about the mistakes. There's Carrollton making a crucial mistake here, a penalty here to stall this drive. As you can see, the replay right here, we're trying to pick up where this holding was. Looks like it was made on 48, Luke Pye. Pye got taken down. He's used to that in wrestling, but not quite used to that on the gridiron, been taken down by linemen like that.
Carrollton with the football, and that was a huge play because instead of 1st and 10 at the 15, it's now 2nd and 20 at the 44. So almost a 30-yard penalty against the Trojans, and this time Folks is going to drop back under play action, running over the middle. He's got a receiver out in the flat wide open, and he's going to be caught down inside the 5 at the 1-yard line, and what a play up the middle, and Carrollton was wide open that time, running down the middle of the field. Number 3, Jason Dothar, just standing down the middle and nobody there to cover him.
Yeah, again, had to be a busted coverage right there because there's no one in the center of the field. The only guy back deep is number 8, Tyler Blackwell, and he saves the touchdown. At least for now, Carrollton will have the football 1st and goal at the Cartersville 1-yard line.
Trojans will bring it up to the line, and they will face 1st and goal after a 43-yard play right up the middle. Oaks goes over the century mark in passing with that play, and this time they hand off right up the middle. He's hit and will try to push forward. That time Kendall on the carry, and he will be denied the end zone. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Yes, 44 Zori Murphy doing a good job of making a tackle on that play. The Cartersville front 5 still putting up a fight right here, trying to make it tough for Carrollton to get into the end zone.
Carrollton will bring it up to the line.
Of course, a turnover would be nice right here. If you could get a fumble, snap, quarterback center exchange, turnover would be huge for Cartersville.
Do a little audio from the sidelines here with 2nd and goal to call. Folks brings it up to the line. He's going to send it back in motion. This time Folks goes right up the middle and dives across for 6. And the Trojans are in the end zone, and the Carrollton faithful get on their feet. It's now 36-27 with 8:28 to play here in the contest.
Folks just goes over the right side for an easy touchdown. Carrollton going up 9 against Cartersville, trying to make it 10 right here with the PAT.
So Folks counts for the only score here in the second half, and we got a penalty flag on the field. Don't know what the call was. Going to be a false start against the Trojans. That'll back them up 5.
And Carrollton is going to sub in kickers. Number 12 for Carrollton, Jay Bland, had been the kicker on the last 4 PATs, and now they bring in their long distance kicker, number 88, Kyle Williams, and Williams splits the upright.
And so goes 37-27 with just 8:25 to play here in the contest. We'll take a quick break and come back with a kickoff. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week. 8:25 to play here in the contest. 37-27 your score as the Trojans will get ready to kick this one deep. Hurricanes with another opportunity offensively, and Donovan Tate's going to get the ball at the 5. Tate will bring it across the 15, the 20, still on his feet at the 25, loses the football and picks it back up, and will be wrestled down to the 32, and that's where the Hurricanes will start 1st and 10.
And Scott, this is when the mistakes and the turnovers become really large because you don't have another half of football. This is it. This is the 4th quarter. Sometimes it's when you make the turnover and when you make the mistake. And with Cartersville down 10 points, 8:18 to go in the 4th quarter, you got to eliminate mistakes. You got to eliminate turnovers right here, and Cartersville has to get points on the board.
Well, the Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. They're going to bring trips to the right side of the formation. One back in the backfield. R.B. Clyburn split wide to the left side of the formation. Allen changing the play at the line. Hurricanes will mix it up offensively. 8:18 to play here again in the contest. Cartersville down by 2 scores. This time the Hurricanes will drop back to pass. He throws it into the flat. He's got a receiver out there as Young goes across the 40, the 45. Makes it a miss there across the midfield stripe and into Carrollton territory down to the Trojan 42-yard line. A nice pickup that time as the Hurricanes pick up 26 on the pitch and catch.
Yeah, and that's open because Carrollton is trying to make it look like they're in a man look, but I think they're really zoned against a 3 wide out set over there. As you see, Doug Young doing a really nice job of catching the football and making moves in the open field, causing guys to miss. Cartersville will be 1st and 10 at the Carrollton 41-yard line.
The Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. Again, they'll work out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split wide to the left side of the formation. 8:07 to play here in the contest, and the clock stops while they reset the chains. Game clock is not yet started. The referee's having a little conference over on the 41-yard line.
I don't know what this is, but they're killing the momentum of the game. Cartersville on the move, and they're just killing their momentum.
And now they'll start the game clock. Lyle Allen out of the shotgun. Trips to the left side of the formation. The Hurricane defense shifts. Allen drops back, throws it over the middle, has a receiver in Clyburn down to the 25 and inside to the 22-yard line. A pickup of 20 on 1st down, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks.
Scott, and just like that, here come the Canes. They're coming back down the field. They're trying to answer the score. They've been running Clyburn on the fade, but this time he fakes a fade and cuts back inside on a little skinny post in the middle. Allen threw a nice pass, and Clyburn did a good job catching the football.
Hurricanes get set again offensively. Out of the shotgun goes Allen. Now he's going to change the play at the line. Hurricanes all turn to the sidelines to get the audible. And again, Lyle out of the shotgun. This time, it's going to hand off right up the middle, and Alexander's loose across the 15, the 10, the 5, and he dives toward the goal line. He's going to be just short of the end zone, but the Hurricanes are facing 1st and goal.
Scott, that's what I'm saying. Don't abandon the run. 17 can hit home runs, so you got to give Alexander a chance every now and then and get him the football.
A 21-yard carry, and the Hurricanes are knocking on the door. They'll work from the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Actually, they'll mark it closer to the 2. The Hurricanes will get an opportunity here, and they're going to call for a timeout. They'll stop the clock with 7:20 to play here in the contest. And we'll take a break as well. 7:19 to go. The clock will stop. It's Carrollton 37, Cartersville 27, but the Hurricanes are knocking on the door. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. The Hurricanes knocking on the door. An opportunity to get back in this game, down 10 with 7:19 to play. The Hurricanes can cut the lead to 3 with a score here as they'll bring it up to the line. Hurricanes trying to get it going offensively. 1st and goal. Hurricanes will line up in double tight ends. They're going to send Donovan Tate in motion, and this time the Hurricanes hand off to Alexander, who rolls toward the end zone. Touchdown. Huge face mask, and flags come out everywhere. That's going to be a personal foul. It won't matter because he goes into the end zone for 6. And the Hurricanes are on the scoreboard. It's now 37-33 with 7:15 to play as the Hurricanes pick up a touchdown right there. A 2-yard run by Morgan Alexander, and look at the way he gets brought.
That's about as flagrant as you can ever see one.
That'll put him half the distance to the goal, but the Canes really need the extra point to cut it to a field goal.
Right.
Earlier in the game, this may have been an opportunity to go for two, but not now.
Yeah, you just need to get a good snap here and get the PAT.
So Morgan Alexander on a 2-yard touchdown run gets an opportunity with 7:15 to play here in the contest. The Hurricane defense will be called upon again. Here are the Trojan fans on the far side of the field as Trent Dittmer will come in to attempt a crucial extra point to cut the lead to 3. 7:15 to go here in the contest. The snap is down, the kick is up and on the way, and it's good. It's 37-34, 7:15 to play. We'll take a quick break and come back with the kickoff. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. The Hurricanes getting set to kick this one off. They've cut the lead to 3 again with 7:15 to go. This is the closest the Hurricanes have been after trailing by as many as 23. So
Cartersville has never led in this football game. Of course, the only score that matters is that final score when time ticks off the clock.
Trent Dittmer will get set to kick this one, and you wonder what he'll do. Big hole in the middle of the field if he can kick one high. He'll send this one just a little end-over-end kick right down the middle of the field. The Trojans bobbling it. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and so Carrollton will get it at the 35 or make the Canes kick it over.
I think they threw a flag. I thought it touched a Carrollton player, but they did drop a flag.
If it touched a Carrollton player and goes out of bounds, then it is Carrollton ball right there at the 28. If it didn't touch anyone, then it's a penalty, and they'll start him at the 35. It looks like they're going to whistle him for the penalty. So Carrollton starts at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to say he did not touch the football.
7:14 to go here in the game. And the Trojans will bring it up to the line. Folks will go under center, out of the wing tee. We're changing the balls up. The offensive team supplies the ball for each series. They were getting, I guess Cartersville had the ball they were kicking with, and so now they switched it out. This time the Trojans pitch it off to Mabry, who's looking for the corner, breaks through a couple would-be tacklers, and gets up to the 43-yard line. A nice pickup of 8 on first down. Will set up second and short, and that's not what the Hurricanes want to see.
Yeah, Carrollton has really hurt Cartersville with the sweep. The sweep has been really their best play tonight, other than the isolation to the weak side. But sweep left, sweep right, to the weak side, to the strong side. They've gotten a lot of mileage out of the sweep. He's second down and short for Carrollton, first down, about 1.5 yards of first down.
Second and short to call. The Trojans will bring it up to the line. They'll work with the wing to the right side. Now they're going to send him in motion, and this time they hand off to Kendall up the middle, who's hit and dropped for a loss on the play. It'll bring up third and short now for the Trojans.
44, Zori Murphy just stood him up right there in the hole. I think he's going to lose a little yardage on that play. And it's going to be third down. He did lose about 1 yard. It'll be third down. It was about 1.5 yards, and this will be third down and a definite 2 for a first down. Cartersville's got to be careful how they line up in coverage on the slot back of Carrollton. That safety gets a little too wide, Scott, and they can run that guy down the seam. You can see number 8, Tyler Blackwell, coming out, but you got a running back right there that can run down the seam.
Trojans bring it up to the line. This time they're going to pitch it off to Mabry, who's got the first down and a couple more as he pushes his way into Cartersville territory down to the Hurricane 45. And the clock continues to run with 5:45 to play here in the game. And again, the Hurricanes are in desperate need of a stop. If they want to get back into this, they got to get their offense an opportunity to get the football.
Yeah, what else but a sweep play again. Mabry with his hand on his guard, just followed him into the hole. Picked up about 7-8 yards on the play, and the clock is now enemy of the Hurricanes. 5:38 to go in the football game. Cartersville 34 and Carrollton 37.
Trojans bring it up to the line. They will work out of that Delaware set. Wing to the left side of the formation. They send him in motion to the right, and now they hand off to the fullback up the middle, and the Hurricanes drop him back at the midfield stripe. A loss of 5 on the play. We'll see where the spot is. They might have given him forward progress to the 48 of Cartersville, so a loss of about 3.5 or 4. It'll bring up 2nd and long.
I don't know why they give him forward progress up to the 48. He fell at the 50 trying to make a move.
Take a look at it again on the instant replay, brought to you by North Metro Technical College. And look, he just gets hit right there.
He gets hit right there,
he's
but he's trying to make a move,
and he falls
should
back
be
down.
at the 50. They gave him 2 yards.
So the Trojans bring it up to the line, 2nd and 13 the call. We're inside 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, Tyler Blackwell's too wide. Watch that slot back running down the seam.
This time the Trojans will hand off up the middle to Mabry, who pushes forward, but he's going to be hit and get back to about the original line of scrimmage where the drive started, a gain of almost 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 10, and now a huge play for the Cartersville defense coming up right here.
Yeah, what is Carrollton going to run? What are they going to run? You know, we've seen folks sprint out a couple of times and make some big plays. Number 4 coming into the football game for Carrollton. That's Gerard Tarrant. He's been the biggest big play receiver for him. He has not been in on this series, coming in now, so look for number 4 for Carrollton at the bottom of the screen.
You can hear the faithful on their feet on both sides of the stadium right now. A huge play coming up for both teams. Out of the wing tee, look for the play action. Tarrant split wide to the right side of the formation. They send it back in motion. They drop back in play action. The Hurricanes bring the coverage. They throw it into the ground. It's incomplete. The clock stops, and it'll be 4th and 10, and the Trojans are going to have to give over the football.
And they got pressure on folks, number 48 again. Luke Pye along with number 45, Leon Payne, bringing the pressure. Folks, we got 3:46 left in this football game, and Cartersville is going to get an opportunity to get the football back.
Well, Donovan Tate back deep to receive this punt. Will be standing at his own 15-yard line. Again, Trojans kind of in an area where they could fake one. You got to keep your eye on it up front.
Well, I'll tell you what, not with my paycheck.
They'll kick it back, and punter takes a step, kicks it over, and Tate will field it at the 12 or 13-yard line, and that's where the Hurricanes will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the offense. 3:39 to play in the game, and Cartersville's got the football down by 3.
This ball's going to be spotted at the 13-yard line of Cartersville. 3 minutes, 39 seconds left for the region championship. Carrollton 37, Cartersville 34. Cartersville's got the big-time quarterback on the field, number 14, Lyle Allen, and we'll see if Allen can work some magic. You still got time. You can still run the football. You still got 17. You still got Allen with keeps. You don't have to just all-out abandon the running game.
2 timeouts as well as Allen drops back under some pressure. Now he's going to turn it up, and Allen will get back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd and 10. He might have lost a yard. Might have been a sack on the play, depending on where they spot it.
Yeah, he's going to lose about 2 yards on that play, so it's going to be 2nd down and 12. For Cartersville 1st down. But again, Scott, even though you're in the hole, you got the clock ticking. Allen can still run this football and still get it to Alexander here.
3:15 to play here in the contest. The clock is moving. The Hurricanes on the move, and this time Allen will drop back to pass under some pressure, throws it up, has some receivers in the open field, and the ball will be intercepted up at the midfield stripe, and that's where Carrollton will take over. Poor throw that time by Allen over the middle, and the Trojans will take over, but still 3:02 to go and 2 timeouts. The Canes may get another crack at it, but now the defense is going to have to play.
Yeah, you got to get a stop here. You need a 3 and out. Probably not a good decision by Allen to throw that ball over the middle.
Might have gotten tipped at the line, took a little off of it, but still no one in the area open on that play. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 now for the Trojans from the Hurricane 49-yard line. Carrollton brings it up to the line. They'll work from the 49, and the Hurricanes will hit them right at the line of scrimmage, and they'll stop them for very little gain. And we get inside 3 minutes to play, 2:51 to go now.
Yeah, and you know Carrollton's going to keep the football on the ground. They're going to try to burn as much time as possible. They're at the Cartersville 47-yard line. 2:38, and they can snap this football with about 2:17, 2:18.
Carrollton with the football. They'll work from the Hurricane 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd and a long 8. We get near 2:20 to go. If the Canes can stop them here, they'll probably burn a timeout. This time, Folks will pitch it off to Mabry, who's going to get hit and dropped in the backfield for no gain, and the Hurricanes will burn a timeout with 2:11 to play in the contest, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long, and now the Trojans have to convert.
Yeah, that's JoJo Williams along with 35, Trey Ball on that play. With Trey Ball in the game, 45, Leon Payne, and you can see Leon Payne throwing his body in there. You see JoJo Williams coming in.
So the Hurricanes will take a timeout. We will as well. 2:08 to play here in the contest. 37-34 your score. Carrollton on top of this one. Cartersville defense trying to make a stop. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. You're watching the high school football game of the week. 3rd and long the call as the Trojans will bring it up to the line. A big play coming up right here. Cartersville with 1 timeout remaining needs a stop right here. Carrollton lines it up out of the wing tee, and this time they hand off on a crisscross to Mabry around the right end looking for the corner, and the Hurricanes will meet him right there and knock him out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It'll be short of the 1st down. It'll bring up 4th down, and now the Trojans could go for this, facing 4th and about 2.5.
Yeah, if they go for it and make it, it might just put the game out of reach for Cartersville. Carrollton will be short. They're going to be short about 2 yards. You know, you can go for the Mark Rick play and go for it, or, you know, you punt it. But this is why those head coaches get the big bucks right here, and I think Carrollton's going to go for it.
They're going to send their offense on the field. They figure they can get 2 yards. They're going to line it up. You can see the big uglies coming in, and we may have a timeout call on the field, and Carrollton's going to call timeout, so gives the Canes 1 in their pocket. 2:01 to play in the contest. We'll take another break and come back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. 4th and 2 the call. The Hurricanes will line up defensively. Trojans with the football. They'll send a man in motion, and this time, folks, under center. Long snap count. They're going to send Mabry in motion now, and now they're going to call timeout. The Trojans trying to draw them off sides will burn a timeout, and now Carrollton may punt it away to see what Cartersville can do. And
Scott, I just think that's too risky. You can't go for it right there. You got 4th down. You need 2 yards and a foot. If you don't make it with 2 minutes to go, Cartersville's going to win the football game. So you better make it or you punt this football.
Cartersville did not draw off sides, did not bite on the Carrollton fake, and now the Hurricanes will get an opportunity here.
Of course, you know, I've seen plays set up like this where we saw Harrison County set it up really, or Villa Rica really set it up nice.
I don't see a punter in the game.
Well, I see, I thought I saw 88 in the game for Carrollton.
Well, 42
well, here comes 42.
Yeah, he's coming on the field late.
He's over there trying to stay warm.
Punter coming on the field late. We'll get an opportunity. The Hurricanes load the line. Donovan Tate back deep to receive it. Gets the snap. Punts it deep. And that ball is going to be a deep kick, and he's into the end zone.
You don't back up.
So Donovan Tate steps back to the 1, and that's where the Hurricanes will get it on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, you're trained, Scott, that you line up on the 10-yard line, and if you have to back up, you get away from it, you let it go into the end zone.
Coach Barden is arguing.
Well, was it because the clock continued to run, and what was the argument? Cartersville lost a lot of time off the clock on that play.
There was, I think, 2:01 on the clock when the play started. Now there's 1:32, so clock continued to run.
Well, they give them 1:45.
Still, every time they reset the clock, they still don't get the proper time up there. There's no way that play took 16 seconds. The referees are all having a little conference here. Better get this call right, because this could be your game right here. Wonder if we can take a look at that. See if we can get some audio.
2:01 when they checked it. Took 16 seconds. It was 2:01. 2:01.
There you can take a look at some of the audio right there from the sidelines, and that referee's getting an earful from the sidelines, and It was 2:01 when he kicked the ball, and 16 seconds went off the clock. And Cartersville very upset with the play. Should be. See what the referee has to say.
1-5-4.
1:54 back on the clock. So this play only taking 7 seconds as you get some audio from the sideline there. The head referee making the change. So Cartersville gets a little more time on the clock, but the Canes cost themselves 19 yards on the punt return. Cartersville with 1 timeout. A lot of time to go the length of the field. This offense has worked quicker than this before.
I'll tell you, this is a desperation. You're at your 1 yard line, 99 yards with 1:54 seconds to go.
1 timeout. Hurricanes out of the shotgun. Allen drops back, throws it to the flat, has a receiver. He'll get out of the end zone, and this time Doug Young pushes his way out to the 9 yard line. The clock continues to run. 1:44 to play in the game, and the Hurricanes will hustle up to the line. You don't want to spike it here because you still might need the downs to keep the game going.
Exactly.
Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. This is when you call 2 plays coming out of the timeout there, or the change of possession time. Hurricanes out of the shotgun. Allen drops back to pass. This time he's going to sidestep some would-be pressure, throws down the middle of the field, has a receiver in Tremble out at the 38 yard line, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks. The clock stops with 1:20 to go, but we've got a penalty flag, and it's down. It's going to be, I believe, against Carrollton the way Joseph Gilbert is clapping.
Scott, we may have a roughing the passer. We may tack on 15 yards.
It's going to be 15 against the Trojans, and the Hurricanes are on their feet here at Weinman Stadium. It'll be 15 yards at the end of the run if it's a late hit on the quarterback.
And that's going to put the ball over in Carrollton territory.
So the Hurricanes with a football will cross the midfield stripe with 1:20 to go, trailing it by 3, 37-34. The ball will be put at the Carrollton 46 yard line, and the Hurricanes with the play over the middle, and look at Tremble come back for the ball there.
And that's why you punt the football if you're Carrollton with 2 minutes to go. You don't want to give Cartersville the football at the 40 yard line because this offense is capable of striking so fast.
1:20 to go in the game. The Hurricanes will work out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split wide to the left side of the formation. Allen dropping back under some pressure now. Rolls out, throws the ball toward the goal, toward the ends, or toward the sideline, and it'll be incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and we saw a flag earlier.
Could have been a late hit on Lyle Allen. He's slow to get up. Going to see some sideline energy down there.
And Allen getting up very slowly on that play. 1 minute, 9 seconds left in this football game.
Not a good sign for Lyle Allen to be coming up slowly there. You don't want him to be ginger on a big play like this. 1:09 to play in the game. The clock is stopped again. The Hurricanes just have to get into field goal range here to set up a possible tie. Lyle Allen will come out of the shotgun. He's going to go trips to the right side of the formation. They hand off to Alexander up the middle, who breaks the tackle and pushes his way to the Carrollton 42. And it's going to bring up 3rd and about 7 now for the Canes. And the Canes will burn a timeout. Oh, no, they won't. They're going to keep it.
Yeah, I think I might have taken the timeout right there, Scott.
3rd and 7 to call. The Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. Out of the shotgun goes Allen. He drops back to pass, has time, throws it over the middle, has a receiver in Clyburn.
What a catch.
It comes away with the catch at the 31, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks. It'll stop the clock with 41 seconds to go, and the Hurricanes are on the move.
What a throw and what a catch by Clyburn to get a foot inbounds and make that catch. First down, Cartersville at the Carrollton 32 yard line. More importantly, it stops the clock with 41.7 seconds left in the game.
Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. Lyle Allen will come out of the shotgun. Again, he goes 4 wide. He drops back to pass, has time, throws it over the middle, has Clyburn, and a penalty flag comes down. It's going to be pass interference over the middle of the field, and the Hurricanes will move it 15. That's going to be an automatic first down. It'll put the Hurricanes on the 17 yard line. And now with 37 seconds to go, the Hurricanes are in business.
Courtney Mabry, the cornerback, has covered Clyburn all night long, but he's also a running back. You got to think a little fatigue as you see the signal by the referee, interfering with Clyburn. And folks, here come the Hurricanes.
Ball spotted at the 17-yard, the 17-yard line. The Hurricanes will have the ball at the 17-yard line, trailing 37-34 with 37 seconds to go. They're inside the Carrollton red zone with an opportunity here. After the pass interference, it moves it inside the 20. The Hurricanes will work out with 3 wide receivers split wide to the right side of the formation. Allen drops back, throws it over the top, has a receiver in the end zone. Touchdown! And the Hurricanes have taken the lead. It's 40-37 with 31 seconds to play, and the purple and gold have their first lead of the game. What an opportunity. Lyle Allen takes it over the top. R.B. Clyburn comes back for the catch, and the Hurricanes have the lead.
25, R.B. Clyburn. Look at the replay. There's Allen. Watch Clyburn go over the top and take this football from Avery. Look at Clyburn. Oh, my God, what a catch.
Unbelievable. Trent Dittmer will now come in to try to make it a 4-point game and give the Hurricanes an opportunity to keep a field goal from stopping them here. The snap is down, the kick is up, it's on the way, it's good, and the Hurricanes lead it 41-37. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. And welcome back to Weinman Stadium. The Hurricanes take it 99 yards and inside a minute, and they have put 41 points on the board on this Carrollton defense, and the Hurricanes now have an opportunity to walk away with the region championship. They've got to hold on now. You're now going to give the ball back to Carrollton. 31 seconds to go. The Trojans have 1 timeout. You got to play big defense now on the other side of the field.
Of course, Scott, the argument now is Carrollton's probably thinking we should have gone for it.
Trent Dittmer kicking it right down the middle of the field, and the ball's going to roll toward the sidelines, and Carrollton's going to fall on it at the 24, out of bounds at the 23, and that killed about a second off the clock.
Yeah, because the clock does not start until the ball's touched. So Carrollton will have 1 timeout. 30 seconds left in this football game. It ain't over yet, Scott. This has been a crazy football game, so you got to think it's not over yet. Of course, Cartersville, you got to kind of play a little loose here, which is secondary.
Carrollton will bring it up to the line. Now the Trojans will probably be throwing the football, something we haven't seen much of tonight. They got a mismatch over here. You got twins to the right side of the formation and nobody in coverage. Trojans will drop back. They're going to roll out to the right. Folks is going to throw down the middle of the field. The ball's intercepted, and this game is over. The Hurricanes have taken over back at the Carrollton 38-yard line. Victory formation, and the Hurricanes are going to walk away with a region title, trailing this game by 23 early on. They have come back, and they have defeated the Carrollton Trojans. They have ended this jinx, and the Hurricanes are going to walk away with a region title tonight, Coach.
Scott, Cartersville just spotted Carrollton 23 points, and then go on a 99-yard drive with 1:54 seconds left and win a region championship.
What an effort. The Canes will go into the state playoffs as a #1 seed. They're going to get a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct because Byron Hall threw the ball up in the air.
Well, you got to have a little celebration on that one.
I'll let that one go. They'll mark off 15. It won't matter. The Canes can take a knee. Carrollton can stop the clock 1 time, and Carrollton will go into the playoffs as a #2 seed. The Hurricane offense proves it can score on just about anybody.
This is a potent Cartersville offense. Scott, as good as it's been here, I'm telling you, the last 25, 30 years, this offense is lethal.
The Hurricanes will bring it up to the line. It'll be victory formation on 1. The Canes will have to, Carrollton can stop the clock 1 time. Allen gets the snap, takes the knee, and we'll run it down. And I believe they may call the timeout.
Carrollton's not going to call a timeout. A stunned Carrollton crowd up 23 points and a stunned sideline thinking that this game was over. A lot of people thought it was over.
And Coach Barton gets dunked with Gatorade, and the Hurricanes are region champions. What an effort. The Canes go 99 yards with a minute to play and take the region championship from Carrollton, and you could not ask for a better football game tonight in Northwest Georgia as the Hurricanes come away with a 41-37 victory here at home as they beat the Carrollton Trojans in the last minute of the game. They were backed up at their 1-yard line. They go 99 yards, and they stick it in. Lyle Allen, a 17-yard touchdown pass to R.B. Clyburn, and what an effort offensively in there. A jubilant Frank Barden celebrates with his family, and what an effort this was for the Hurricanes tonight. They could have bailed it in down 23-0 in the first quarter, and they came back to win this one at home, and there you see the Gatorade bottle, or Gatorade container, I should say, and the Hurricanes have walked away with a region championship, and I think they have put their name on the map now because you got some games to play in the state playoffs now, but you'll have them here at Weinman Stadium until at least the quarterfinals. And again, what an effort for the purple and gold tonight as they come away with the Region 6 AAA championship. We'll take a quick break, come back and break it all down. Plus, hopefully, we'll have an interview from the field with head coach Frank Barden right after this. You're watching the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Chuck Clancy Automotive. And welcome back to Weinman Stadium, and our own Alan Kinsley should have head coach Frank Barden in just a second. He's celebrating for a minute there as his players come over. The Hurricanes are region champions, the first time, I believe, since the 2000 season, and now we'll head down to the field. Alan, what do you have for us?
Well, Coach, it goes without saying, what an unbelievable finish.
Well, it was. I mean, these kids right here are unbelievable. I mean, the heart and the character and the just never quit. They never quit, and they always believe they can win, and they just compete. I mean, they compete so hard. It was, our defense gets those stops right there at the end, gives us a chance, and guys make plays, and the linemen are blocking. They had 7 guys in the box the whole night, and for our linemen to hold them out, just great job by these guys, and a great job by our coaches getting them ready.
The Gatorade bottles over there on the ground, #1 in the region.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good. It's good.
All right, good luck with the rest of the season and the playoffs, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
Guys, back up to you from a joyful field.
Thanks a lot, Alan, and there you have it as head coach Frank Barden celebrating with the Hurricane faithful. And, Coach, this is huge because for the last 3 seasons, Cartersville has had to go on the road in big games. They've had to go to Stevens County. 2 years out of the 3, they were eliminated by Stevens County up there in Toccoa in freezing cold weather. They avoid that now by winning a region championship. You may have to go to LaGrange, but that wouldn't be till the quarterfinal round. You'll play the first 2 rounds at home. You're going to get a 4 seed in the opening round, which will come out of Region 7. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be a cakewalk, but you get a 4 seed as opposed to a 3 seed, which sometimes a 3 seed could be a potential region champion, like last year when they got McNair in the first round, who looked like they were going to win the region up until the last week of the season. Now they get an opportunity to play a 4 seed in the opening round. Again, the upsets can happen, but usually 4 seeds don't win, and so that just makes the playoff it doesn't make it easier, but it gives you an opportunity.
Scott, you're right. That second round game for Cartersville has been a killer. When you have to drive all the way across the state, that is huge. A lot different, I think, the last couple of years if those games are played here at Weinman Stadium. And, it still could go either way, but, when you're in your regular routine and you're not having to leave school early and travel across town, you got your home crowd here. That's a big advantage in that second round game.
Well, the Hurricanes will walk away with the region championship. The Hurricanes have not been region champions, I think, since the 2001 season. They split a region championship with Calhoun and Darlington. They ended up going to the playoffs as the 2 seed and made it to the Georgia Dome as a 2 seed, which that particular year, the 2 bracket was the way to go.
That was the better
bracket. You avoided
bracket.
Cook County and the rest of them on the other side of the bracket. But this particular year, and again, who knows how good LaGrange is. You'll probably meet up if you make it to the quarterfinals. I promise you LaGrange will be there as the #1 seed out of Region 2. Again, that has given the Region 6 champions some trouble. Carrollton mine a couple of years ago, but that was back when LaGrange had a lot of Division I players on each side of the football. So who knows? It's all coming up, but all I know is the first 2 games will be right here at Weinman Stadium, and that is big.
Exactly, Scott. I just like to echo what Coach Barden said because I tell you, when you're down 23-0 to Carrollton, it would have been easy. Easy to just mail it in and quit. But the kids come back, and then you face adversity again. Donovan Tate makes a big mistake. Fair catches on the 1-yard line. You got 1 timeout, minute 54 seconds left. It would be easy to say, well, it's over. There's no way. And I can tell you there's no happier person right now than Donovan Tate after that fair catch. But those kids didn't get discouraged. Nobody's upset. Nobody's dejected. Nobody's fussing. No arguing. They just go on down, and they take care of business anyway.
I'll take it down to the sideline now as I'm told we have an interview down there. Alan, what do you have?
All right, guys, I'm here with RB, who caught the game-winning touchdown with 31 seconds left.
Yes,
Senior night, how does it feel?
Feels wonderful. Feels great just to be out there helping out the team and beat Carrollton for the region championship. Feels great.
What are you going to use to take this momentum off to the next game and to the playoffs?
Well, Coach been talking all along. We just got to play. We have our own identity, and we just got to keep pushing it. And with this win, we're going to have home field advantage in the playoffs, and we just got to keep that to our advantage to keep on winning.
All right, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Appreciate it.
Good game. Guys, there you have it.
Thanks a lot, Alan. There you have it from one player. I wonder if Lyle Allen's down there anywhere. I wonder if we can get him. If not, no big deal. But again, a great victory for the Canes, and I got to take my hat off to Lyle Allen tonight. I mean, he
Lyle
really.
Allen and Scott, what about that kid Arby Clyburn?
Yeah.
He didn't play football until last year.
Right.
This is his second year of football. You would never know it by the way he's performed this year. It's only his second year. And
He
he's
may
he's
be
a
going
star
to
on
Georgia
this team.
Tech next year too as a preferred walk-on. From
We'll
what I hear.
take him. We'll take him.
And so the Hurricanes with a huge win here tonight at Weinman Stadium. The final 41-37. They take the region championship, and it wasn't given to them tonight, Coach. They came out and fought for it. They actually tried to give it away early and then came back and took it back from a very, very good Carrollton team. And I tell you what, I think Carrollton and Cartersville will have an opportunity to represent this region very well in the state playoffs. And it looks like Sandy Creek will now be the 3 seed. And if Carrollton can beat Villa Rica next week, Cass will make the playoffs as well as a 4 seed.
Yeah, and Scott, the last 2 or 3 weeks, boy, this Cartersville offense, they are tough to stop. We've seen them put points on the board just up and down the field, scored 5 or 6 touchdowns in 5 minutes. It's just incredible how quickly this offense can strike.
Well, we're going to head down to the sidelines. It looks like Allen has Lyle Allen for us. Allen, what do you have?
All right, guys, I'm here with Lyle Allen. 99 yards for the game-winning drive. Senior night, how can you put it into words?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, that's what I dreamed of. Senior night beating Carrollton for the region championship. That's great. It's a great win all around.
So what does this mean for the next game and for playoff?
Still, we're just trying to take one game at a time. I mean, this is one game. I mean, it's our most important game because it's our next game, not because it was Carrollton or region, but it's because it was our next game. That's the most important game. So just Central Carroll next week. It's going to be our next important game. Just try to keep it rolling, keep on rolling.
All right, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thanks a lot, Allen, and there you have it. And one thing we really haven't talked about is the experience that Lyle Allen brings to the table. This is a guy who took his team to the Georgia Dome as a sophomore. Last year had an early exit from the playoffs against a very good Stevens County team, and now an opportunity to take the region title. It's been a long time since the Hurricanes have had home field advantage in the state playoffs. It's actually been, I believe, since the '99 season, or maybe I guess they had it in 2000. They had home field advantage, but they had to play Charlton County that year. But then in '99, the last time they had a true, real, without tying a region championship, giving up a game in region was the last time they went undefeated in region was 1999, and they walked away with a state championship.
Right. And Scott, you're right. Lyle Allen is a 3-year starter. Cartersville hadn't had a 3-year starter at quarterback in years. I mean, you may have to go back 20 years or more since Cartersville had a quarterback that started since a sophomore. And you're right. I mean, Lyle Allen's been there. He's, what is 99 yards with a minute 54 seconds to go when you're a sophomore, you're lining up and you're having to face a ferocious Rome defense over there at Barron Stadium. He's seen it all. He's experienced. Teammates believe in him. And with a minute 54 seconds left and Cartersville at the 1-yard line, you got to think there are a lot of folks over at Cartersville that are thinking he's going to win it. Cartersville's going to win it. He's going to bring them back because that's the type of confidence that he has in himself and his teammates have in him.
Well, that's going to do it for this broadcast. We are going to send it home. I'd like to thank the crew for tonight's game. Everyone did such a great job this evening. And, again, also like to thank all of our sponsors because without them, this game would not be possible. Again, I'm Scott Singer along with Donald Rucker and, of course, Alan Kinsley down the sideline saying goodnight from Weinman Stadium as we'll take it to the house. And the Hurricanes are now 8-1 on the season. They are the Region 6 AAA champions, and they go into the playoffs as the #1 seed. Next week, we'll be at Central Carroll to wrap up the regular season, and then we're back here at Weinman Stadium for the opening round of the state playoffs. Again, you've been watching the Chuck Clancy Automotive High School Football Game of the Week.